Welcome to HOJO Radio.
We toast them crisp, we toast them light, you can tell by the taste. We toast them, they're a tasty treat, so good to eat, delicious and light from toasting. Oh, toasting.
And you know what? We like 'em.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax products for home and industry present Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Dee Benaderet, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The script is by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie. Music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. You know, it isn't very often that we have the privilege of coming into your home on Christmas Eve. In fact, we figured it out this morning and discovered that it's happened only 3 times in the past 11 years. Well, that makes tonight a very special occasion for all of us on the show and for the makers of Johnson's Wax. So, on behalf of Fibber and Molly and all the rest of us, here's hoping you have a very happy holiday season. We take you now to the Wistful Vista branch of Santa Claus Incorporated, where we find one of St. Nick's little helpers hard at work. He's got a room full of broken toys, a handful of broken tools, and a future full of broken fingers.
Ow! That's rat.
This touching scene has been repeated at intervals all week. And all Mrs. McGee can say right now is...
Oh, dear.
As we join Fibber McGee and Molly.
How's it coming, McGee? Got many more toys to fix?
Many more to fix. My gosh, yes, about 150.
All together?
About 5 of them are all together. The other 145 are all apart. But I can do it. Now, look, you see this little music box? I think I got this fixed.
Oh, play it.
Okay, well, I'll wind it up. Listen to this. Pretty, huh?
What was it?
Silent Night.
Look, dearie, doesn't Mother's eager little beaver think his bright little teeth are bitten off more than they can chew this time?
No, I got plenty of time. They don't have to be ready till the day before Christmas.
I've got a TL for you, McGee.
Huh?
This is the day before Christmas.
What? It is?
Sure.
Oh, my gosh, I got to get busy. Hand me that chisel and a handful of nails. Thanks. Now, let me see. What'll I work on next?
How about this thirsty little coaster wagon with its tongue hanging out?
It needs a new front wheel. I thought maybe if I took a wheel off of this tricycle and made a bicycle out of it, then took the frame off the bicycle and made a scooter out of it, I could use the saddle for this hobby horse, which would give me an extra pair of handlebars, which I could use for, what could I make out of fire? Well, I'll think of something. Hey, did you see how I fixed up this little toy carpet sweeper?
No. Does it work?
Oh, I'll say it works. Look. You push it forward, picks up the dirt.
Amazing.
Pull it backwards, it throws the dirt out again. That way, the kid can use the same dirt all day long. Don't have to keep running outdoors for fresh dirt. I think that's a very good...
Come in. Well, for goodness sakes, Mr. Wimple.
Hello, folks.
Hi, Wimp, old man. You better not sit down any place unless you've been vaccinated against hacksaw blades.
Well, I can't say but only a... My gracious, look at all the toys. Aren't you ashamed, Mr. McGee?
Yeah, what for?
Opening all your presents before Christmas?
Oh, those aren't his, Mr. Wimple. He's repairing them for children who might not otherwise get any. The school is in charge of distribution.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
You must be very handy with tools, Mr. McGee.
You said it, boy. Why, when I was... Hey, what's that book you got under your arm there, Wimp? If that's zombie comics, can I borrow it when you get through?
No, this This is just my bird book, Mr. McGee.
Your what, Mr. Wimple?
My bird book. I've been out watching birds today.
Oh.
I saw a barn swallow, and I'm going to write a nasty letter to the book publishers.
Wrong picture, Mr. Wimple?
No, but they can't tell me a teensy-weensy little bird like that can swallow a barn.
Oh, they don't really eat barns, Wimp. They just peck the grain out of the wood.
Yeah.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way.
Well, anyway, I think I'm going to get my notes together and write my own bird book.
Does Mrs. Wimple go with you on those bird-watching expeditions, Mr. Wimple?
Oh, no. Sweetie Face, that's my big old wife. She doesn't. Oh, that reminds me, Mr. McGee. Have you got a shotgun I can borrow?
Why, certainly he has, Mr. Wimple. But do bird lovers go hunting?
Maybe not, Mrs. McGee. But this is for something I've been planning to do every Christmas for 10 years.
Huh?
I'm going to get up early in the morning and shoot Sweetie Face.
What?
No.
Yes, I am. I'm going to get up early in the morning and shoot Sweetie Face a wild duck for Christmas dinner. Merry Christmas, folks.
Oh, McGee, I don't like to nag, but hadn't you better get busy with those toys? You haven't much time left, you know.
My gosh, I haven't at that. Now, let me see. I think I'll fix up this dollhouse. The roof sags like a restaurant pie. Hand me that hammer, and I'll have this thing fixed before...
Excuse me, folks. I forgot my bird book. Oh, here it is.
He'd forget his head if it wasn't fastened on. And with Sweetie Face around, I'm surprised it still is.
Me too. Where's my hammer? I gotta fix this dollhouse.
Here now, and be careful. You only have 7 good fingers left.
Okay. I can take care of it. Oh, I had a little rabbit, and I wish I had her still. She was good for 18 carats, so I called her Diamond Lil. Oh, there was no...
Oh, dear.
Look at that dollhouse.
If I ever have any toys to be repaired, sweetheart, I hope I can remember to tear up your phone number.
This is discouraging, you know what? All them little kids depending on me to fix these toys, and here it is almost time to have the...
Come in. Oh, my goodness, Mrs. Carstairs. Do come in, Millicent.
How do you do, my dear? Good day, Miss McGee.
Hi, Carsty. Don't trip over that kiddie car there. You're liable to wind up with your head through a drum.
Good heavens, what a tremendous lot of toys.
Yep.
Did they belong to your father?
His father? Why did you ask, Millicent?
Well, I just thought that no child could cause that much destruction in one generation.
These are not my toys, Millicent. And in the second place, I was not a destructive child. Why, I still got a little box camera I was given in 1913.
Does it still work, McGee?
Yeah, it works all right, but I don't use it. Too dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yeah. Cuts everybody's head off.
But, what, may I ask, are you doing with all these toys, Miss McGee?
Well, the school collected them, Millicent, and McGee was to fix them up for the more unfortunate children.
Oh, what a splendid idea. I find myself revising my opinion of you, Mr. McGee. This is a side of your character I had not suspected.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Millicent. His character has more strange sides than a Calypso album.
Now, this is nothing any red-blooded American boy wouldn't have done if he'd stuck his big fat neck out like I did.
But what a tremendous job you have to do in such a short time, Mr. McGee. Well, this toy trumpet, for instance. Can you straighten this out?
Well, not knowing how to play a trumpet in the first place, he probably wouldn't know when it was fixed, Millicent.
Oh, well, perhaps I can help. I once played trumpet in the orchestra at Wellesley. Let me take it.
Oh, fine. Here, Carsty. Pucker up and have a go at the blues, sugar. I mean, the sugar blues. The sugar blues.
Sugar Blues is more of a trombone number, Mr. McGee.
Oh.
I'll try the 12th Street Rag. Although I'm afraid my embouchure is not what it was.
Oh, I don't know. With a fur coat on, it's
McGee!
Go ahead, Carsty.
Very well.
Why, Millie, that was lovely.
My gosh, that trumpet don't need fixing. That's in fine shape.
Thank you. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must go down to the Maritime Union headquarters and get Mr. Carstairs' Christmas present.
To the Maritime Union for a Christmas present?
Yes, I'm getting him a new crew for his yacht. Well, Merry Christmas to both of you.
Same to you, You know, dearie, she's right. The time is awfully short to do much about these toys.
I know it. Maybe if I work fast, I'll... Oh, my tools are no good. You know, look at them. The chisel is nicked, the pliers are falling apart, and the hammer is looser in the head than I am. I got to get down to the hardware store quick and get some new tools. Where's my hat and coat? Where's that bait can I was hiding my money in?
Well, now, if you can't remember where you hide your money, dearie, I'm sure
Oh, I remember. It's right here behind the dictionary. Here it is. Well, I got to get going. Well, I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Wait a minute. You didn't kiss me.
Huh? Oh. Goodbye.
Ah, there goes a good kid. And who does he think he's fooling?
Billy Mills in the orchestra and the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers.
The dope of the ages. What a sap. What a husband. Somebody ought to put a Santa Claus suit on me and drop me down in a chimney of a blast furnace. Oh, wait a minute, McGee. What are you going to tell her? Are you going to tell her you spent all your Christmas money for new toys? My gosh, I don't know. Well, you got to say something. Oh, yeah. The reason I got into this mess is by talking too much. I know, but what are you going to do now? Gee, I don't know. Well, think. I am thinking. The only thing to do is to stall, boy. Stall for time. Okay, that's my only option. I'll stall.
That's you, McGee?
Yeah.
Was the hardware store open?
Yeah, it was open.
That's nice. There's some hot coffee on the stove if you want some.
Thanks, kiddo. Well, why don't you ask me? Let's get it over with.
Here's a Christmas card from Aunt Sarah.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet there's postage due on it. That old dame is so tight she couldn't put on her hat without lifting herself off the floor.
Well, you got it wrong this time, sweetheart. You know what? She sent us a $500 check for Christmas.
What? She did? $500?
That's right. And she said if the Republicans are elected in 1948, she'll sign it.
Well, come on, McGee. Why don't you tell her, you big ape? You yellow or something? Molly, I got something to tell you.
All right, dearie. What is it?
Well...
Tell me later, McGee. Come in. Oh, for goodness sakes, it's the mayor, McGee. Hello, Your Honor.
Good evening, Molly. Hello, McGee.
Hi, the trip, old man. Merry Christmas.
And the same to both of you. McGee, I just dropped by to tell you how grateful the school commissioners are for this toy mending project you've undertaken.
Oh, he loved doing it, Mr. Mayor. Just give himself here a handful of tools and he'll chisel all day long.
Yeah, but on this toy deal, the trip...
Believe me, McGee, when Miss Yegley told me all about it and that you'd volunteered to repair all those toys, I was touched.
You were touched?
Just look how he fixed this coaster wagon, Mr. Mayor. He couldn't repair the wheels, so he put 4 holes in the bottom of it so 2 children with roller skates on could stick their feet through it. I thought it was very ingenious myself.
Yeah, but that was...
By the way, may I help deliver any of these things, McGee? How about this electric train? Is that finished?
Oh, he did a wonderful job rewiring that little train, Mr. Mayor. McGee, show the mayor how when you throw the signal switch, the train jumps the track and rolls over 3 times.
Oh, I'll have to admit I'm not much with electric stuff. I even get nervous handling a wire coat hanger. But it don't matter now, Latrip, because what I do now...
Yes. But as I say, McGee, I'll be glad to deliver any of this stuff for you. How about this sled?
No, Your Honor, I don't believe
No, not that sled, Latrip. You don't try to pick up
don't
that...
talk nonsense, McGee.
No.
If a child can handle this, I'm sure I won't have any trouble.
Hey! Oh, my bag. I've broken my bag.
Well, we warned you, Mr. Mayor.
What's that sled made of, lead?
No. I was putting some new runners on it, Latrip, but the nails were too long and I nailed it to the floor. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's quite all right. I'll let you know how my X-rays come out. Merry Christmas.
Look at the poor man walking up the street, McGee, all bent over, like he was looking for 4-leaf clovers.
Well, I told him not to pick up that sled, but this being not election time, he don't listen to the common people.
See, what was it you started to tell me before he came in, McGee?
Oh, yeah. Well, Oh, gee, I feel like a mug telling you this, Molly, but... Well, I was...
Oh, stop scraping your foot on the carpet and tell me.
Okay. Well, when I got downtown with my Christmas money...
Merry Christmas, Molly. Happy New Year, pal.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox. The same to you.
Rushing the season a little with that New Year's stuff, aren't you, Junior?
Well, I thought I'd throw that in early because I won't be seeing you next week.
Oh, that's right. You won't, will you? Sitting here next Tuesday night listening to Fred Waring, we'll miss you, Mr. Wilcox.
Thank you, Molly. Will you miss me too, pal?
I don't trust myself to talk, Junior. The very thought of you not dropping in here next Tuesday just kind of overwhelms me.
Yeah, if he starts turning handsprings, Mr. Wilcox, you'll know it's strictly from grease.
I know what you mean. I think that's a great idea, though, bringing Fred Waring and that wonderful music of his back for a week.
Yeah, me and Molly and the people in Racine thought it would be kind of a nice New Year's greeting to everyone if we asked Fred to take over the Johnson Wax program for next week.
Mr. Waring and his Pennsylvanians will sort of express musically our New Year wish for our friends, Mr. Wilcox.
Well, I'm going to love it. Tuesday nights, I don't get much chance to listen anyhow to a good musical. Oh, hey, look at all the toys. Say, I'll swap you a good jackknife for that musical top, pal. And I'll throw in a ball of kite string, too.
No deal, Junior. This stuff isn't mine. I've been trying to fix it up for the kids around town. Without much success, I might add.
You might indeed. Look at the dollhouse, Mr. Wilcox. He was fixing the roof on it and suddenly found his elbows in the basement.
That's because I'm a clumsy oaf. If I'd only kept my...
What are you doing, Mr. Wilcox?
Just writing a little note.
A note?
Yes, to the little girl who gets this dollhouse. Mind if I shove it under the door here?
Not at all. Mind if we read it first?
Not at all. Go ahead.
Let's see. It says, to the little girl who gets this lovely dollhouse. When you grow up and have a real house of your own, don't forget to keep it beautiful and clean with Johnson's Wax products. Signed, a friend. Isn't that sweet?
A friend. My goodness. That's the first anonymous letter I ever saw that was constructive.
Yep. Well, I'll see you a week from Tuesday, folks. Happy Yuletide.
Same to you, Mr. Wilcox.
Old Waxy never quits, does he?
McGee, you started to tell me something, you know.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to tell you what... I feel awful about this kiddo, but...
Was it something about the toys, dearie?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Now, look, when I took my Christmas money...
This is like reading a continued story in a monthly magazine. Come in.
Merry Christmas, my dear, and a cheery Yuletide greeting to you, too, Jingle Brain.
Hello, Dr. Gamble. Nice to see you.
Well, if it isn't the mortician's friend. Hi, Sulphur Huckster.
What are you doing with all the toys, Beaver Bottom? Been hijacking Santa Claus?
Well, he undertook to repair them for some children for Christmas, Doctor.
You don't say. I'll have to tear up that article I was writing about him for the medical journal. Maybe he does have a heart.
I've paid you enough dough to listen to it, butcher boy. And what are you doing out on Christmas Eve? Not that your absence from the hospital is not a splendid gift for the sick.
Business a little dull, Doctor?
Yes, it is, rather. Ordinarily, I'm busy Christmas Eve pulling fat fathers out of fireplaces or treating them for burned noses. They never seem to learn that long white beards light up quicker than a cigarette. By the way, what are you two doing New Year's Eve?
Going to spend a quiet evening right here in front of the fireplace, tonsil peaker. Cracking jokes and walnuts. Why?
I have reservations at a nightclub if you'd care to join me.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor, but we want to stay in that night and listen to Fred Waring.
Fred Waring? Something special?
Yeah, he's going to be on the air for Johnson's Wax next Tuesday night at the same time,
It's going to be a novelty for radio, Doctor. A singing program, a spoken commercial.
That I shall have to hear. I'll tear up my reservations and join you if I may.
Pray do, Doctor. And bring your medicine bag. I always eat too much caramel popcorn on New Year's Eve.
I'll be there with full equipment, glutton buttons. Although I'll probably be called out a few times during the evening.
Really, Doctor?
Yes, New Year's Eve, you know.
Oh, yeah.
People forget that slow gin and fast cars can be a poisonous combination.
Oh.
As the head gets lighter on the neck, the foot gets heavier on the accelerator. Well, Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Now that we've got a minute alone, Molly, look. Remember when I grabbed that bait can with my dough in it and ran down to the hardware store?
Yeah?
Well, the fact is, Oh, this is going to make me look like an awful fool.
Now, sweetheart, when you fumbled that installment wedding ring on my finger, I took it for better or for worse. Mostly it's been for the better, so you might as well average it up a little.
Well, okay. Here's the situation. When I realized
Say, maybe you better write me an inter-office memo, McGee.
Yeah.
Conversationally, we're not getting any place. Come in.
Oh, Alfred. Hi, Teeny.
Hi, mister. Hi, Miss McGee.
Teeny's the one who talked me into fixing all these toys, Molly.
Yes, I know.
This? I owe you an explanation.
See, mister, you don't owe anybody anything, I bet you.
Huh?
I just ordered school and I saw all those toys. Oh, boy. Are they ever super, though? Just like new. Thanks ever so much, mister.
Well, I gotta spill this sometime, I guess. Sis, those toys are new. I bought them and had them sent over there.
Oh? You mean you couldn't fix the old ones, mister? Couldn't you? Couldn't you?
No. No, I couldn't. As a toy repairman, I'm about as handy as a turtle at a taffy pull. I flopped the assignment, sis.
You did not, I bet you. You were wonderful. Miss Yegley was so happy she cried.
She did?
Hmm?
I said she did?
Did what?
Cried.
Who?
Miss Yegley!
I know it. She said to thank you ever so much, mister.
That's okay, sis. Molly, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
Yes, I know, but what took you so long?
Oh, my gosh. I feel like a chump. I had to use the money I was saving for your Christmas present.
Oh, gee.
And you know what? When I opened that bake can, I found I had almost twice as much money saved as I thought.
Yes, dearie, I knew what you were up against, so I took the money I was going to buy your present with and put it in with yours.
What? You mean you knew I... Oh, but Molly, you won't get any present.
Well, neither will you.
Huh?
And I think it's the nicest Christmas we ever had.
It ain't bad at that, is it?
Hey, gee, can I bring the boys in now, mister?
Huh? What boy?
The same boys that always sing for you on Christmas.
Oh, sure. Bring
Hey, Johnny, Reddy, Buddy, Kenny, come on in, kid.
Merry Christmas,
Ah, dear, those kids haven't grown an inch since last year.
Now, you sit down there, Miss McGee. And, Miss McGee, you sit over there.
Okay.
No, not at the piano. We're going to use that. All right, boys. Are you ready? And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Was the night before Christmas and all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
Children were nestled all warm in their wee little bed, while
visions of sugar plums danced in their wee little heads. Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap have just settled down for a long winter's night. Went out on the lawn, there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw open the sash. Then, what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and a tiny reindeer with a little old driver so lively and quick that I knew right away that it must be St. Nick. All bundled in fur from his head to his foot, old Santa was covered with ashes and soot. I drew in my head and was turning around when down the chimney he came with a
His eyes, how they twinkle. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow. The beard on his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a little old pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke went around and around and around his head like a wreath. He was so chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf. And I laughed and I laughed and I laughed, quite adoring in spite of myself. He had a broad face, and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a ball full of jelly. He gave me a wink of his eye, and a twist of his head. A chuckle and a smile I knew all the while I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings.
Oh, boy.
Then turned with a jerk and laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave up his home, and away they all flew like a tom among the song. But I heard him exclaim, and he drawled out a sigh. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, good Christmas and all through the house. Not a creature is stirring, not even a mouse. The presents are scattered and broken, I fear. And St. Nicholas won't come again for a year. The children are nestled all warm in their wee little beds, while memories of sugar plums dance in their wee little heads. Mama in her kerchief and I in my hat.
Chevrolet showroom across America. More and more people are looking at the car that's just out and just wonderful. The 1957 Chevrolet. Some are looking at Chevrolet's daring new front-end styling, the bold new grille, big, beautiful sloping hood. Some are looking at Chevy's handsome new rear end with high-fashion fenders and fresh new design. Everyone's enthused about the new color-fashioned interiors and the sleek command post instrument panel. And the biggest news of all, Chevrolet's fuel injection. The greatest engine advance...
HOJO Radio. We're your old-time radio headquarters. Stay tuned.
The makers of Campbell's Soup present George Burns and Gracie Allen, Tony Martin and Ken Niles, and Henry King in his music. My sugar takes me with a grain of salt. Just a minute, George and Gracie will be with us. Meanwhile, this is Ken Niles. You know, I've been getting a lot of letters lately since I've been telling you about my extra special favorite, Campbell's Chicken Soup. I get many that read like this. What you say about Campbell's Chicken Soup is absolutely true. I'm through making chicken soup at home now that I can have just as good, if not better, soup by asking for Campbell's. True? Why, of course it is. And I know good chicken soup myself, so I can tell you why Campbell's has been the soup sensation of the year and why women are buying 3 times as much as they did a short while ago. Now, this is why. It's that glorious, delicious chicken flavor, the through and through chicken richness, the golden glistening color, the snowy rice and delightful seasoning, and the pieces of tender chicken meat, too. Just like the best homemade chicken soup you ever tasted. That's why. And you can have it any time you wish simply by asking your grocer for Campbell's Chicken Soup. Why not do that tomorrow? And here are George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Thank you very much. Well, Gracie, say hello to everybody.
Yeah, hello, Tony.
Hello, Tony? That's everybody?
Well, everybody that matters, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I think I know what you mean.
Well, never mind saying hello to us, Gracie. I know you're very busy these days. By the way, have you got your Christmas shopping done?
My Christmas shopping, Ken? Oh, sure, it's all done except buying the presents.
Gracie, why don't you buy your Christmas presents after Christmas?
Well, that's what I'm going to do. On account of you don't know what people need until the day after Christmas.
I know I'm heading for a headache.
Now, for instance, after I get a present from a girlfriend, I can tell what she needs. Now, if she gives me a handbag, then I know she doesn't need a handbag. Because if she needed a handbag, then why did she give it to me?
That's a good idea.
I know, I made it up.
You ought to have it stuffed.
Ought to have it stuffed what? The handbag?
No, your head.
Oh. I don't get it.
You don't, Henry!
You look at my face and you do not know who she is?
Henry, that was last week, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Can't
Hey,
step out of
Henry.
character.
Henry, what are you going to give the boys in your band for Christmas?
Oh, I don't know, Gracie. What do you suggest?
Music lessons.
Not a bad idea. It's a good idea. Gracie, what are you going to give me for Christmas?
Well, George, did you see those star sapphire cufflinks down at the jewelry?
You mean the ones set in platinum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think Tony Martin would like them?
You're giving Tony Martin Star sapphire cufflinks? What about me?
Oh, I think he'd rather have cufflinks.
Cufflinks?
Cufflinks.
You mean cut glass? You do,
It's awfully sweet of you, Gracie. Yeah. But Alice Faye bought me some cufflinks for my birthday.
Copycat.
Hello. Who? Oh, just a minute. Gracie, a phone call for you, and the party says it's very important.
Oh, well, it's probably the sponsor.
Oh, the sponsor.
I guess he wants to know whether Tony Martin is through this week or next week.
Never mind about Tony. Just answer the phone.
All right. Hello, Mr. Chicken Soup.
Mr. Chicken Soup?
Quiet,
It's a cute first name.
What's that?
Sam Chicken Soup.
It's who? Now, you have to speak clearly. I don't recognize your voice. No, I don't remember meeting you. No, you must have the wrong party. No,
Will you let me answer the phone? Hello. Oh, just a minute, Gracie, it's your mother.
Oh, hello, Mother. I didn't know you were sponsoring this program.
If it's your mother, she's probably sponsoring a pat itself for your daddy.
Now, please, Judge, Mother can't hear what she's saying.
She's lucky.
What? No, that was George Burns, Mother. George Burns. No, Burns. Look, Mother, if you light a match to the gas stove, what does it do? Oh, nothing? Oh, the gas is shut off?
Gracie, find out what she wants.
What, Mother? Oh, you're wrapping the Christmas presents. Oh, goody. What's that? Oh, you want to know whether you should wrap them now or wait until you buy the presents?
Gracie, don't make a quick decision. That takes a lot of thought.
Well, not for me, George. What, Mother? Oh, you don't know whether to buy the presents now or wait until you get money?
That's an idea. I think she'd better wait a little bit.
Well, Mother, why don't you borrow the money till Daddy gets home? What? Oh, nobody will loan you the money for 20 years.
Why don't you tell her to ask the warden, Gracie?
Well, goodbye. Oh, by the way, Mother, how's Unky today? He's still dead, huh? Well, that's good. Goodbye.
Well, that was a nice hunk of dialogue.
Now, where was I?
You were in a jewelry store picking up cufflinks for Tony Martin that Alice Faye has already picked out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
George, the next time I see Caruso, remind me to ask him if he'd like to sing on this program.
Gracie, Caruso is dead.
Well, all right, then you ask him.
Look, there's one thing I'd like to explain to you. Tony Martin doesn't feel like coming up here at night and making love after making love at the studio all day.
Thanks, George.
You're welcome.
Now, Gracie, this morning I spent the entire morning kissing Simone.
Oh, the poor kid. You must be tired. Take me in your arms and tell me all about it, Tony.
Yeah, he's all in, yeah.
Well, I rehearsed a love scene with her 20 times.
Oh, what you need is a rest, Tony. Let me sit in your lap.
Tony, so Simone kissed you 20 times. I'd like to do that.
Well, go ahead, George. I'll hold them for you, and then you can hold them for me.
Tony, why don't you get Gracie into one of your pictures?
I'll bet I'd be great as a heroine.
Yeah, because heroin is a dope.
Oh, please, George.
And after kissing Simone all afternoon, I did nothing but hug and kiss Janet Gaynor.
You spent all morning making love to Simone, and all afternoon hugging and kissing Janet Gaynor?
Yeah.
Oh, just my luck to be on the night shift.
Sing for me.
Day is ending and the sun's descending in the west once more. Night is falling, I can hear love calling on the dear old Mississippi shore. Everybody knows that it's just a muddy river, but it seems like heaven on high. When the moon is shining bright, let me dream away the night where the lazy river goes by. Go away, let us be just the river, you and me. Everything is still all along the Mississippi. Ain't no one as happy as I. Oh, I never want to roam. Let me live and make my home where the lazy river goes by.
Hang on out, Henry. Come on, get on those blacks and whites. Trust me on down. Yes, yes. Everybody knows that it's just a muddy river, but it seems like heaven on high. When the moon is shining bright, let me dream away the night, where the lazy river goes by. Get you away and let us be just the river, you and me. Everything is still all along the Mississippi. Ain't no one as happy as I. Oh, I never want to roam. Let me live and make my home where the lazy river goes by. Where the lazy, lazy river goes by.
Where the lazy river goes by from the picture with a banjo on my knee. Tony, you're swell.
Thanks, George.
Well, Gracie, how did you like Tony Martin?
Oh, I think he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's pretty. You know, Gracie, what do you want Santa Claus to give you for Christmas? Would a stocking hold all you want?
Well, no, but a pair of Tony Martin socks would.
I say. Well, that's if he's got a pair of socks. Yeah.
Well, now just think. 2 more days and it'll be December 25th.
Yeah.
And a week later, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
7 weeks from then, Washington's birthday. 5 months after that, 4th of July. Well. Half of next year gone already, and it isn't even Christmas yet. Time certainly flies, don't you think so?
Yes, I think so. Gracie, you forgot April Fool.
I'm coming to you, George.
Thank you.
Thank you. Some people like Christmas, but personally, I like Labor Day much better than Easter on account of the Christmas trees.
You have Christmas trees on Labor Day?
Mm-hmm.
Then what will you have on Christmas?
Well, I'll take the same as you do, George, only more ginger ale in mine.
I don't know what you're doing for Christmas, but I'm having a poor family for dinner.
Well, that's nice. We're having turkey.
Well, it's kind of different. It's stuffing, yes.
Yeah.
Love that turkey stuffing.
You know,
take it easy. Just give it. Just speak with it. There you go, Chrissy.
Oh, George, let me talk.
Yes.
If it weren't for one thing, I could sit under the mistletoe and kiss Tony Martin to my heart's content.
And what's the one thing?
Well, who wants to spend a dime for mistletoe?
Well, Tony, Gracie's got a man on.
Gracie, let's cut that out. I don't want to start talking about kissing the minute I get down to work.
Well, that's what I say. Let's cut out the talking and get down to work.
In the first place, kissing is unhealthy. Isn't that right, Henry?
I don't know.
You don't know? You've never been kissed?
I've never been sick.
Is that so? Will you set me for me? Because you look good.
Tony Martin, I'm going to teach you a lesson.
You mean you're going to fire me off this program?
Oh, worse than that, I'm going to make you act in my Christmas play. And I'm going to do it sometime pretty soon right now.
You're going to do a Christmas play sometime pretty soon right now?
Yeah, almost quicker than immediately.
Well, let's not act hastily.
Oh.
Well, I think that's going to be swell, Gracie. Is it another historical play?
No, Ken, it's a sort of a kind of a special Christmas play I wrote called Dickens' Christmas Carol.
I must be wrong. I thought Dickens' Christmas Carol was written by Dickens.
That's what he thought, too.
That's what who thought, Dickens?
No, Carol, Christmas Carol.
Oh, yeah, I know him very well. A tall fellow with a face. He's
Oh, don't be silly, George. Christmas Carol isn't a him, it's a her.
A her?
Bill Carol's sister.
Oh, Carol's sister, yes. Very cute, too. Gracie, who's who in the screwy play of yours?
You, George, you're playing the part of Scrooge, the stingy old miser.
Well, I don't think I'll be able to read the script because miser saw. I knew it was bad. I didn't like it. Oh, I guess so. Thank you. All right, so I'm Scrooge.
Yeah, but we'll call you Scroogey Poogie.
Scroogey Poogie.
And boys,
Yep.
boys, you play the three ghosts.
The three ghosts, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Because this is a ghost program, huh?
That's right, Ken. The Pacific Ghost, the Atlantic Ghost, and it just goes to show you.
And we all act in this play, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know the play, Gracie. We're the three ghosts that come to haunt Scrooge.
Right, Tony. Ken,
Yep.
you're the ghost of the past. Henry?
Yep.
You're the ghost of the present. And Tony?
Yes?
Yeah, oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, Tony, you can't be the ghost of the future.
Why not?
Well, Well, it's because of the way you've been behaving, I'm afraid you haven't got a future on this program.
Oh, I say.
Do you follow me, Tony?
Yes, I follow you, Gracie.
Well, you better stop following me. I'll say you'll get awfully angry.
All right, Gracie, and what part do you play?
I'm Mrs. Fezziwig.
Mrs. Fezziwig?
Yes.
Who is Mrs. Fezziwig?
Well, she's the wife of Mr. Fezziwig and the mother of all their fuzzy little toupees.
Fuzzy little toupees, hair. And what do you do in this play?
Well, as long as the boys are ghosts, I have to be the ghostess.
Ghostess? You mean you're a lady ghost?
No, damn tall ghostess.
Henry, the music.
Henry King at the Steinway. The Steinway General Son.
Words like I love you were meant to be the song, a phrase to be rhymed with above you, but I knew I was wrong when you came along. Oh, where have you been all my life? Now that I find you, my life will be so divine. Now that you are mine.
I'm always glad to talk on my favorite subject, Campbell's chicken soup. And if you could see the way Campbell's make it, you'd know why it's so extra delicious, just like the finest homemade chicken soup you ever tasted. Now, Campbell's use all the good, tender meat of plump chickens, the kind of chickens you'd select for your own table. And they simmer the broth slowly until it's outstandingly delicious with chicken goodness. Outstandingly delicious flavor. That's what has made Campbell's chicken soup such a great favorite in so short a time. So much so that women everywhere are buying 3 times more than they did a short while ago. And the minute you taste it, I know you're going to be captivated, too. If you want to make an extra special hit for the family, just place before them Campbell's chicken soup. Don't put it off. Why not ask your grocer for it tomorrow? And now for Gracie Allen's masterpiece, Dickens' Christmas Carol. Conceived, written, directed, produced, released, presented, and sponsored by Gracie Allen.
Yeah, and I'm pretty, too.
Quiet.
Now remember, George, you're Scrooge the miser.
Yes.
All your life you've hoarded jokes. And on Christmas Eve, the ghosts of the past, present, and future of radio come back to haunt you.
I see. They're still haunting for their jokes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm Mrs. Fezziwig, the widow lady. And when the scene opens, you're at home in the attic, and I'm trying to get you to donate some jokes to the starving masters of ceremony.
Well, this is going to be a nice play.
Yes. Ken the cat.
All right.
Ebenezer Scrooge, the mean old miser of the airways, George Burns. Mrs. Loudspeaker Fezziwig, the nitwit of the network, Gracie Allen. The ghost of the past.
Oh! Something he ate, I guess.
Ken Niles. The ghost of the present, Tony Martin. The ghost of the future, Henry King. Time, midnight, Christmas Eve. Curtain.
Are you ready, ghost?
Yeah.
Music.
A haunting we will go. A haunting we will go. A haunting we will go.
Go ahead, George.
So this is Christmas Eve. Bah. And everybody is happy. Bah. I am not happy. They call me Ebenezer Scrooge, the joke miser. What fools people are to be happy on Christmas Eve. I sure feel sorry for all the poor masters of ceremonies on a cold night like this without a joke on their backs.
Rose, let me in. Let me in. This is Mrs. Fezziwig.
Come in and close the door. Close the door. It's chilly outside.
Well, Scroogy Poogie, if I close the door, will it make it warmer outside?
It's a nasty snowstorm outside. I'm chilled to the bone.
Well, it serves you right for going without a hat.
That's very funny, Mrs. Fezziwig. I'll put that away with the rest of my jokes. Jokes. Shades of Al Jolson, Mrs. Fezziwig. Do you see this ghostly figure wrapped in a sheet?
Oh, yes, Scrooge. It's either Mahatma Gandhi or a man without Mahatma coat and the vest.
Quiet. Speak, ghostly guest. Who are you? What brings you here?
Who am I? Where I play folks back in to hear my voice cracking on radio. I wonder now. There's no use in guessing. My name I'm confessing. The mayor of Mexico.
Well, what brought you here?
I've come to haunt you, Scrooge, for stealing my jokes, you know?
I don't believe you're a canter. All I can see is an empty sheet.
Yeah, Eddie, where did you park your carcass?
Don't haunt me, Eddie. I'm Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh, Eddie, I'm an old man. Look at me. I'm all bent over.
Yeah, from lifting everybody's joke.
Oh, that's Ted Lewis. Hush.
You've stolen my best joke. I've got a goat in my house who hasn't got a nose.
Sleepy Hollow. And who are you?
Hello again. I'm the ghost of Jack Benny. Yeah.
Sounds like the goat of Jack Benny. You don't look like Jack Benny.
Well, George, if you were dead as long as Tony Martin, you wouldn't look like Jack Benny either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Eddie Cantor. Well, Eddie, what are you doing all dressed up in a sheet?
Well, it's like this, Jack. This sheet is cut down the high cost of living. By wearing a sheet, I don't have to buy a suit, a collar, or a necktie. When I come home at night in a sheet, I'm ready for bed. When I wake up in the morning, I'm already in a sheet. And instead of expensive cleaning and pressing bills, I can have my sheet washed for 22 cents a pound. Ha! And don't I have to look for a collar button? No. You get it, Jimmy?
Silly cat, isn't it?
Oh, that was wonderful, Ken. You ought to be able to give an imitation of Harpo Marx.
Oh, Gracie, Harpo Marx can't talk.
I know.
Gracie, what's Eddie Cantor got that I haven't got?
5 daughters.
Well, Buck Benny, what do you want?
Scrooge, I'm here to haunt you. You stole my joke, a joke that I originated, a joke that made me famous. We've got a goat at our house without a nose. How does it smell?
Terrible, Jack. I used it on my program, too.
Quick, Mrs. Fezziwig, the pencil. It sounds like a new one. Jokes. Ha. Well, sort of a tacit. Well, who are you?
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Town Hall tonight.
Mr. Allen! Mr. Allen!
Well,
You can knock me down with an elephant, as the man in the kosher butcher shop used to say. I hope to kiss a pig if it isn't Portland Fezziwig.
nice work, Henry.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised myself. I must be a mimic.
What?
You must be a mimic.
You're a mimic? You mean you haven't any red corpuscles?
Well, Freddie Allen, have you come to haunt me about the goat at your house that hasn't got a nose?
No, not only am I a comedian, I'm a clever writer. I switched that joke. We've got a nose at our house that hasn't got a goat.
Some twist. A nose without a goat?
Well, maybe it's Jimmy Durante.
Jimmy Durante, the nose miser.
Oh, wait. We've got a goat that's got a nose, but we've got a house that hasn't got a yard.
Well, if you've got a house that hasn't got a yard, how does the goat play?
Like Henry King.
The pencil. Jokes. What's that?
The ghost of Major Bo's gong.
Well, it didn't have a very good ring.
Well, you miser, what do you want for nothing? The Westminster chimes?
Oh, that's a very good joke, Mrs. Fezziwig, for this chime of the year.
Oh, careful, Scrooge. Giving away those jokes, they'll be calling you Good Chime Charlie.
Good Chime Charlie. That's a beauty.
Scrooge, before I go, you can do me a few favors.
Yes, Jack Benny. What favors would you like?
Strawberry, raspberry, orange, lemon, lime.
And Campbell's chicken soup.
Thanks, Gracie.
You're welcome. Well, goodbye, Jack Benny.
Goodbye, and a Merry Christmas to you.
Goodbye, and a Merry Livingston to you, too.
Well, Eddie Cantor, I've got every joke you ever used. I'm living on the fat of the land.
The fat of the land? Well, you must have Jack Bernard, too.
I've got him.
Well, I can't expect a joke from a miser like you, but I thought you might at least give me a little pun. Goodbye.
Oh, isn't that cute, George? Eddie Cantor's got 5 daughters, and now he's looking for a little pun.
Jokes. Well, Freddie Allen, aren't you going back to town hall?
No, I'm going nuts.
Well, you're lucky, Fred. Everyone else has a long trip ahead of them.
Goodbye, Freddie.
Goodbye.
Tally ho! Tally ho!
Henry, the music. Now Gracie will sing I Love You from Coast to Coast. Sing it, Gracie.
I love you has been said in so many ways, it's hard to find something new. Still I tried and I managed to call in all praise, in praise of you. It's my ambition to audition for a swell radio post, just to tell you I love you from coast to coast. It's not the money in it, honey, that I keep thinking of most. It's the chance to romance you from coast to coast. Sometimes I start to pour out my heart in writing, but through a mic the words sound more exciting. So if I get work on the network, honey, I'll sing you a toast when I broadcast I love you. I don't mean high pitch. I don't mean Armstrong. I don't mean Henry.
If you want to relieve headache, neuritis, or neuralgia pains quickly, try Anacin. The relief it brings is incredibly fast. Here's why. Anacin is made like a doctor's prescription, contains not just one, but a combination of medically active and proved ingredients. Get Anacin from your druggist in easy-to-take tablet form. Keep it handy. And then next time you have a headache pain or suffer pain of neuritis or neuralgia, take Anacin tablets. For most effective relief, use only as directed. Anacin, A-N-A-C-I-N.
Stay tuned to HOJO Radio.
The Johnson Wax Program. Makers of Johnson's Wax deliver a tippy divertisement of department store delirium and delightful ditties with Rico Marcelli's orchestra, Kay Donna, Claire Baum, and that slightly cuckoo couple of confused customers, Fibber McGee and Molly. All right this way, folks, right this way. Elevators to all floors. Yes, Sonny, toys on the 14th. Back in the car, please. Don't push. All right, that's all, folks. Going up. Okay, boy. All out here, folks. The 14th floor, Wistful Vista Department Store. Here's where you buy your Johnson Wax, your kitchenware and copper tax, your cigar department, Pure Havana, Marcelli's Orchestra, Kay Donna, Flowcoat, Christmas trees, and holly. Hello there, Fibber. Hi there, Molly.
Fountain pens, did I hear you say?
And what's Marshmallow going to play? Pens, madam? Try the new Nick Lico while the band plays Liza. Take it, Rico. Thanks to the makers of Johnson's Wax, you can now have beautiful polished floors and linoleum without any work of rubbing or buffing. Just try Johnson's Blow Coat. the remarkable liquid floor polish that shines as it dries. Your floors will take on new life and beauty, and your work will be much easier from the day you first use Johnson's Glow Coat. We join Fibber, McGee, and Molly on the 14th floor of the Wistful Vista department store. Don't crowd, please.
Where do we got to go first, Molly? On account of because I want to go downstairs and look at some golf clubs.
You'll see no golf clubs today, McGee. Where's the list?
What list?
The shopping list, isn't it? That I give you before we left the house.
Shucks, is that what that was?
Yes, that's what it was. And I sat up all night making it out, too. Where is it, McGee?
I folded it up and stuck it into the toe of my overshoes, Molly. They was too big. You see, I bought them 2 sizes too big when they had that there sale at the Bonton Bootery on account of because they was all out of my size. But shucks, I think the sale's a sale, I think.
McGee,
so I bought...
take off your overshoes and give me that shopping list.
I can't do it, Molly.
Why?
I ain't got them on. It wasn't sloppy out, so that...
Heavenly days, what a man.
That's what everybody says, Molly.
Oh, well, we'll just have to get along the best we can without the list. Now, let's see. I know we was going to get Teeny a doll.
Pardon me, can I get by?
Oh, I'll say so, baby. Any place.
McGee, step aside, you're blocking the aisle.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, ma'am.
Don't mention it.
Oh, just a minute, ma'am. Can you tell us where the toy department is?
Certainly. 3 aisles over to your left. I'm going to buy the little boy a sled.
What little boy? Oh, yeah. Hey, come back here.
My, you're sure quick on the snappy comebacks, McGee. Oh, yes, is he? How do you ever think of them so quick now?
Oh, shucks, Molly.
What's that noise?
That's the rapping counter, Molly. You get it? I says that.
Ah, tain't funny, McGee.
Okay.
Come on now. The toy department, I guess.
Right over there, folks, for your free coupons. Get a Christmas tree delivered to your home free. Get a lucky number ticket, folks.
Okay, Bob, give me a coupon.
Right over there, sir. The man at the escalator will give you one.
Shucks, can't you give me one?
No, sir. They'll hand you one in the escalator.
Okay. Shucks, they let the fellow walk all the way. Hey, Molly, wait a minute.
Hurry up, McGee. Where have you been?
Hey, Molly, what's an osculator?
An osculator?
Yeah.
Why, osculator is a kisser.
Okay. Oh, so that's it, huh?
Where are you going, McGee?
I gotta see that smart guy that says he's gonna hand me one on the osculator.
Come back here. He meant the escalator, the moving stairway. Don't be silly.
Oh, the escalator. Oh, gee, here's the toy department, Molly. Get a load of them little trains. Ain't them cute?
Please don't play with the toys, sir. Let them alone, McGee.
Oh, shucks. They seem to be real tender about their locomotives in here.
Have you any dolls, ma'am?
Oh, yes, madam. What kind of dolls? Japanese, Eskimo, Mae West, and Tropic, Shirley Temple, walking dolls?
No. Just ordinary dolls.
Well, we have some lovely Joe and Crawford dolls, madam.
No, I want just...
And the sweetest Ginger Rogers doll for only...
Hey, Molly, how do you like the gum? Pretty nifty, ain't it?
Don't bother me, McGee.
haven't you just a plain mama doll? No, but we have the loveliest Claudette Colbert dolls and no mama dolls. Well, can you beat it?
I'll say I can. Listen.
Please, sir, don't handle the toy. Put it down, McGee.
But shucks, Molly, you asked me could I beat it, didn't you?
Yes, but I...
Huh?
No, I didn't. Oh, never mind. Listen, ma'am. Have you no plain, ordinary doll that says Mama?
I'm sorry, madam, but all the dolls this year are the Shirley Temple type or Mae West or the Prince Chocolate or...
Heavenly days, McGee, be quiet.
I was just trying to see if these here horns was through the pitch. I remember when I played first cornet in Sioux City Silver Saxophone Symphony, I was sitting there once...
Oh, for goodness sakes, McGee. Will you go and sit down someplace like buy me a doll?
Okay. But remember, Molly, dolls don't say Mama anymore. Ain't modern. They say, how am I doing? Hey. Something like that. Ain't I right, ma'am?
No, sir.
Oh, well, thought I'd mention it. Gee, looky here.
You say it, madam. You want to see it?
I got it. A real Indian bow and arrow. Shucks, I ain't shot one of these here bow and arrows since 40 years ago. Real stiff bend to it, too. Now, if that rocking horse over there was an antelope... Oh!
For heaven's sake, what happened, sir? What'd you do now, McGee?
I was just going to ask what you do. Did you drop one of them dogs through the counter or something? Say, how much are these here building blocks, ma'am?
Never you mind the blocks, McGee. Did you or did you not shoot that bow and arrow?
Listen, Molly, the floor walker's going to make an announcement.
Friends and customers of the Wistful Vista Department Store, Senor Marcelli and his toy department troubadours will entertain you with a selection entitled Red Sails in the Sunset. Miss Kay Donna from our sheet music department will sing. Miss Kay Donna.
Hey, sail away,
Red sails in the sunset, way out on the sea. Oh, carry my loved one home safely to me. He sailed at the dawning. All day I've been blue. Red sails in the sunset, I'm trusting in you. We're doing you must borrow, make straight for the shore. We marry tomorrow, and he goes sailing no more. Red sails in the sunset, way out on the sea. Oh, carry my loved one home safely to me.
pretty babe, too.
Now, listen, don't change the subject, McGee.
Huh?
Tell me, did you or did you not shoot the bow and arrow through the showcase?
No, sir. It's impossible.
All right, then, what if I says I saw you shoot the arrow and drop the bow and quick pick up the building block?
Well, I say you was absolutely right, Molly.
Then why do you say it was impossible?
Why, shucks, Molly. You can't shoot a bow and arrow through a showcase. You can shoot an arrow, but you can't shoot a bow.
McGee, you march over and pay for that showcase glass.
Okay. I was going anyway. But hey, look, Molly. By golly. Did you ever see such a big jack-in-the-box as that there?
Don't be always changing the subject, McGee.
I ain't, but just look at this here jack-in-the-box, Molly. Say, I'll bet Teeny'd be tickled pink to get one like this here.
Keep your hands off of it, McGee. Must you experiment with everything in the toy department?
Oh, shucks, I just want to see what the dad-rather thing looks like when it's open. How in front could be open there? There must be a catch to it. Oh, here it is.
Hello, friend.
Oh, I know there was a catch to it.
Well, I certainly am glad you opened the subject, Fibber, because I just wanted to tell you about Johnson's Glow Coat, the remarkable no-rubbing floor polish that makes your floors sparkle and gleam without any work of rubbing or buffing. Now is the time to brighten your floors and kitchen linoleum. They'll shine like new in a few minutes' time if you use Glow Coat. They'll be protected, too, from scuff marks and wear, and they'll stay clean and polished for weeks at a time. You have no idea how much better your floors will look and how much less floor cleaning you'll have to do until you use Johnson's Glow Coat. This fine, no-rubbing liquid floor polish is made by the makers of Johnson's Wax. Look for the attractive yellow can. And now, Fibber, I'd better get back in my box. Will you push this lid down on my head, please?
Sure, Harpo. With pleasure. Hey, Molly, let's get out of this dad-ratted crowd.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, McGee, we're not half through yet. You carry the dog.
You betcha. This one here?
Oh, let go of me! McGee, set that girl down. What's the idea?
Shucks, you told me to carry this doll, and I was going to...
Stop clowning. I meant this doll of Teeny.
Oh.
Excuse him, man. Come on, McGee.
Say, Molly, I got to stop at the cigar department and get some cigars for more Tooth.
But more Tooth don't smoke cigars, McGee.
I know, but I'll teach him. I know the ropes. Hey, sis, where's the cigar counter?
Just opposite the elevator, sir. Oh, have you tried our new shaving lotion, sir?
No, I never used it.
Oh, it's a delicious odor, mister.
Oh.
We call it Moonflower Madness for masculine males. And we also have a lovely bay rum for men. It's French fragrance for petite faces. And our top hats tell them, oh, you just
Have you
enjoy-
tried Johnson's Glow Coat, Flora?
My name ain't Flora.
I was just going to tell you that Johnson's Glow Coat is the best beauty treatment for Flora. But if your name ain't Flora, we'll just let it go.
Quit your chattering and come on.
Okay. Shucks, for a mite, I was scared she was going to squirt some of that there fleur de fatugne all over my face.
Well, come on now, hurry up. Excuse me, mister. I didn't see you coming.
Excuse me, ma'am. Say, where's the book department?
The book? Why, there...
Next floor down, bud. Next floor down. 4 rows back and 2 to the right.
Oh, say.
Don't mention it. Come on, Molly.
McGee, why, the books is on this floor. You sent the poor fellow down to the necktie department.
I know it. You see, Molly, he had his shopping list in his hand, and all the names was checked off but his father. And when I seen his face, I knowed that anybody that had a son looked like that wasn't smart enough to read a book if he did get one. But even the dumbest folks wears neckties. Pretty quick thinking, if I do say so myself, if you shouldn't.
Well, here's the tobacco counter, McGee.
Where?
Right up there, isn't it?
Where? I don't see no tobacco department.
Oh, use your eyes, McGee. Don't you see the sign?
What sign?
Well, right there before your face, the one that says, accessories for the devotees of my lady nicotine.
Well, what in tunket that got to do with smoking?
Something in smoking accessories, sir.
You see, McGee?
Oh, shucks. You ought to put some chewing tobacco or a corncob pipe on the counter or something. How's the fellow to know
You
that...
carry cigars, mister?
Yes, indeed, madam. Yes, indeed.
Okay, bud. Trot 'em out.
Yes, sir. Now, here's a very special import, exclusive with us, a clear Cuban cigar in the new Streamline Panatella. Only $7.50 a box.
Say, them looks good. How many in a box, son? 200?
Oh, no, sir. 10 cigars.
10? 10 cigars for $7.50?
Yes.
What are they rolled out, a gold leaf?
How much did you wish to pay, sir?
Why, shucks, I was looking for twoopers.
Twoopers?
Sure, twoopers. 2 for nickel.
Oh, I'm afraid, sir, we couldn't accommodate you with an inferior plan.
You better get him someplace else.
Hey, listen, bud. Don't tell me nothing about no inferior tobacco. You're talking to an old tobacco man.
Quit chewing, tobacco man.
Now, wait a minute, Molly. Listen, bud. You know what they used to call me? Tampa McGee, they called me. Tampa McGee, the tip-top tornado of the tobacco trade. Why, I had me the finest tobacco plantation in the whole world, down in Costa Rica. Why, never used to ship tobacco FOB like they do now.
No, sir?
No, sir, they shipped it AM.
In the morning?
No, ask McGee. I'll never forget the time I had me my tobacco farm right next to old Burpo Bauer's rubber plantation. You want to hear about it, bud?
I'm afraid not, sir. I have to...
Well, sir, this was way back in 1899. Or was it? No, it was 1902. Or 3. Let's see now. Come to think of it, it was 19...
Pretty tobacco pouch you have here, mister. The tan one.
Tan. That was it. 1910. Well, sir, I had me the finest, strongest, mellowest tobacco anything. And old Burpo Bowers, he had the adjoining plantation full of rubber trees. Well, sir, one day during Hurricane 1911, the fence blew down between the plantations, and some of his rubber plants got into my tobacco, and some of my tobacco got into his rubber plants. I thought my crop was ruined till I tried smoking some of it one day. And then when I see the smoke rings I blew bouncing and hopping across the field, I knowed I had something. I made $2 million in 3 weeks, blowing rubber smoke ring auto tires for the export trade.
Well, what did your tobacco do to Bauer's rubber crop?
Oh, it ruined his rubber crop into that part of the field. On account of because when they made teething rings out of his rubber, they had to give the kids spittoons to go with them.
Department. I want to price the midget radios. Yoo-hoo! Are you busy, ma'am? Not at all. Can I help you?
Hey, ain't you the gal that waited on us in the toy department?
Oh, yes, but they transferred me after you broke the glass in the showcase. Oh, now you see what you done, McGee?
Boy, shucks, this I paid for it.
Oh, please, I'd gladly have paid for it myself to get away from those children. They were always getting into everything. You know how children are. Oh, yes, indeed I do. They're always fooling with things. McGee, quit turning them knobs.
Why? Shucks, I was just trying out this here shortwave set. I suppose you get shortwave better onto these here midget sets, ma'am, huh? Short set, shortwave, huh?
Oh, no. But here is a wonderful little shortwave set. The English stations come across beautifully.
The English? That's good. I thought them fellas never would come across.
Can you get London on that set, ma'am?
Oh, certainly, any time. Shall I show you?
Yes.
Listen to this. I think London is, let me see it, number 120. No, 12. Just a minute now.
Cheerio, everyone. This is that jolly little wireless station, H2O. H2O across the water.
Ain't funny, Liney.
Nevertheless, we are back on the air again after having a spot of tea, you know. Now don't buzz off because we have an amazing bit of news for you. As they say in America, get a burden of this. We have here in the studio His Lordship Sir Cassian Walnut, who's kindly consented to come down from his beautiful estate, Scrumfooterton Park up a city of Brown, to give us a bit of advice on the subject. My old Miss McCarthy. Interesting, no, Anne, what? Are you ready, Sir Cassian?
My, isn't it wonderful, McGee?
Listen, Molly, I don't want to miss none of it.
Speak right into the belly, little gadget, your lordship.
All right there, Algy. Thank you. Friends, I want to urge you to try this easy-to-use, no-rubbing floor polish before the holidays. Once your floors and linoleum are protected with a bright glow coat polish, you won't have to worry about dirt tracks and scuff marks. Soiled spots wipe right off. Why, here's how easy it is to apply glow coat. Just pour a little of this liquid polish onto the clean floor. Then spread it lightly over the surface with a soft cloth or the special glow coat applier. You don't have to rub it in or exert yourself in any way. Glow coat dries in 20 minutes and shines as it dries, making your dull, dingy floors bright as new. By the way, it's very economical, you know, to order glow coat in the larger size cans. You save as much as 1/3 by buying the larger sizes.
Sure. Harpo would be where I couldn't say nothing back at him. Cut it off and get something else, sis.
Oh, get some music, ma'am, whilst I sit down here and rest me feet.
All right, I'll see if I can get France. Or maybe Denmark.
Right there, sis. I think that's Russia.
And now, folks, a swell little number called You Are My Lucky Star. Marcelli and his men are playing it from the toy department of the Wistful Vista department store.
Russia, is it, McGee? Sure, it's coming from 150 foot away.
But look, Molly. Look at the cash register. Made just like a real one. shucks, what they don't think of these days.
Leave it alone, McGee.
Oh, let me work it just once, Molly. Hey, Molly, look. Even the money in it looks real. Say, won't some kid get a kick out of
What are
it?
you doing in that cash register? Get out of there. Oh, Mr. Brown! Mr. Brown! No problem, please. Mr. Brown, what have you done,
Why,
McGee?
shucks, how'd I know it was a real cash? I didn't know it. I didn't
There he
see
is.
it.
There he is. Cash.
Who?
Taking the money out of the safe.
Oh, wait a minute. Come on, boys. Hey.
And now, a special announcement about the Amateur Songwriters Contest now being conducted by Rico Marcelli. If you have an original melody which you think might be made into a popular song, send it to Rico Marcelli in care of the National Broadcasting Company, Chicago. It's not necessary to buy anything in order to enter this contest. Everyone is eligible excepting professional songwriters. A cash prize of $100 will be awarded by the sponsors of this program, S.C. Johnson & Son. And in addition, the winning song will be published by Irving Berlin Incorporated, who will pay the writer standard royalties. The winning song will also be featured on one of the Fibber McGee future broadcasts. This Amateur Songwriters Contest closes January 1st, 1936. For complete information about the contest rules, address Rico Marcelli in care of the National Broadcasting Company, Chicago, or see the current issue of Radio Guide, which gives full details of the contest on page 8. Don't forget to return to Wistful Vista with Fibber and Molly next week at this same hour. They'll take a bridge lesson, they tell us, so listen and see if 13 cards to a hand is really unlucky. Until then, this is the mayor of Chinatown, John Sing Wax, alias Harlow Wilcox. Good night. This is the National Broadcasting
I'd like
Company.
to say a few words about health. Over 50% of all family colds can be traced to uneven heat or overheating in the home. So protect your family's health by burning blue coal, America's finest anthracite. Then you will be sure of steady, lasting, healthful heat at less cost. The next time you order fuel, ask for blue coal by name. You don't have to get a full supply. Your nearest blue coal dealer will be glad to send you a trial ton. Phone him tomorrow.
HOJO Radio, where the classics come alive.
From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam. George and Gracie. Spam, oh boy. Spam, what joy. George Burns and Gracie Allen on the show and his orchestra for singing glee with a smooth history. Last but not least, with Bud Easton. Time for Burns and Allen at your house. And say, have last-minute Christmas chores got you in a whirl? Now look, Mother, even though you don't get home until just before supper time, here's the quick, easy way to give your family swell food that satisfies husky appetites. Serve baked Spam, S-P-A-M. And baking is easy when you serve Spam. All you do is open a can of Spam, stud it with cloves, and slip it into the oven. The easy recipe is right on the label. In just a few minutes, you'll have a delicious main course. Spam is tender, juicy meat with extra goodness and flavor because Spam is a perfect combination of pork shoulder meat and ham meat. Tired appetites perk up with Spam on the table, and tired mothers like it because Spam is so easy to serve. Tomorrow, be sure your shopping list includes S-P-A-M Spam. your two favorite Spam stars, George and Gracie.
Thank you very much.
Say, George, I saw Artie Shaw's picture second chorus at the Paramount last night. He was great.
Really?
Fred Astaire was swell. And Paulette Goddard was grand. And can that Bud Easton make love?
Wait a minute. Bud Easton wasn't in the picture.
Well, he was sitting next to me, if you know what I mean.
So you were at the Paramount last night, too, huh, Bud?
Yes.
How did you like it?
Oh, swell. Next week I'm going back to see the picture.
Gracie, how was Artie Shaw as an actor?
Well, he had plenty of trouble with his lines. Every time he opened his mouth, he stuck his clarinet in it.
Some love of that Shaw. I'll bet every time he threw a kiss, Paulette got it.
Oh, well, no.
Got it?
Well,
Old stuff.
Judge, I was only fooling. Artie was
got
great.
it. That was a beauty.
Yeah. Oh, dear. There was Artie with his arms around Paulette Goddard, and Paulette was looking into his eyes, and Artie looked into Paulette's eyes, and then Fred Astaire kissed her, and
Gracie, how did Fred Astaire get into this?
Well, he's very fast on his feet, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm not bad either.
No?
You know, in vaudeville, I used to be Goldie of Goldie Fields and Glide.
No.
So did I.
Really?
And you could tell by that Goddard line that I did the comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll show you something right now. You know how Fred Astaire jumps up in the air and clicks his heels 3 times?
How many times?
3 times.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I can jump up in the air and click my heels 4 times. Okay, watch. Well, how do you like it, Gracie?
Oh, swell. You can come down now.
Well, anyway, Artie, we've done a lot of kidding, but I hear that you're really great in the picture.
Well, thanks a lot, George.
I understand you play a romantic kid.
Nah, George, those love scenes aren't all they're cracked up to be. For example, that scene at the breakfast table where I'm reading a newspaper and Paulette Goddard comes in and kisses me. Every time we did the scene, something went wrong. You know, she kissed me 52 times. Boy, that was awful.
Awful? What was awful about that?
I never got a chance to read Little Abner.
Kissed him 52 times. Should happen to me.
You know, Artie, George, and I danced in a picture with Fred Astaire. That's what gave Fred Astaire a start.
It's kind of a hard line to get out.
Yeah.
Start Fred Astaire.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
really kidding.
That's your line, Artie.
No, really. When he saw George dance, it gave him an awful start.
Well, we got 2 laughs before that,
Yeah.
so Well, let's continue from there. Where are we?
Yo también vi esa película, esa señorita Paulette Goddard.
Well, there goes Senor Lee.
Muy bueno.
You said something funny, huh? Well, there goes the guitar player interrupting again.
Hey, Senor Shaw. Hey, Artie. Hey, boss. Hey, lover.
What is it, Senor Lee?
You in the picture with Fred Astaire? That's a strange coincidence.
Senor Lee, you said that wrong.
Perdóname. Senor Shaw, you being in the same picture with Fred Astaire is a strange coincidence.
Well, that sort of finishes up Artie Shaw's new picture, second chorus. And Artie, you noticed I mentioned it 3 times. Is that enough?
Yeah, and someday I'll write a little song about Spam.
Well, thanks, kid.
Gee, that'll be swell, Artie. Spam's bound to become #1 on the Eat Parade.
On the Eat Parade. Well, now let's start our play. Gracie, give out the scripts. Okay, Bud, take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you remember, last week we did a play, and we left off with George, Artie, and myself in jail about to be hanged, and Gracie on the way to the governor to try and save our lives. Lights, curtain, music.
Gracie, where are the scripts?
The scripts?
Yeah, the scripts for the play.
Oh, the radio scripts.
Yeah, the radio scripts. I gave them to you this morning. Where are they?
You want to talk about my brother?
Who's interested in your brother?
The woman across the street.
Well, who cares?
Her husband.
Gracie, we were having lunch at the Brown Derby, and I gave you a package. Where are the scripts?
Oh, scripts. Oh, let me see now. No, don't tell me. I left the Brown Derby and I went into that drugstore and I put a nickel in the phonograph and played Beat Me Daddy 6 to the bar.
6 to the bar?
Yeah, it was a cut-rate drugstore. And then I changed a dime and weighed myself, and I had 9 pennies left, so I weighed myself 9 more times.
Gracie, the audience is waiting.
Yeah,
Where are the scripts?
Please. Then I left for the May department store, and I crossed the park, and there was a man surrounded by a lot of pigeons feeding them peanuts. And he said, Miss, how would you like to try this? And I did. I ate about 2 bags of peanuts. And
Artie, will you play a number while Gracie tries to figure out where she left the scripts?
And then the pigeons flew away, and I said goodbye to Mr. Reuter.
To Mr. Reuter.
Now, let me see. Where did I leave the script?
Yeah, the scripts.
Oh, I was on my way to the May Company, and I stopped to buy a ticket for the Rose Bowl game. The man said, would you like to sit on the 50-yard line? And I said, no, the chalk would ruin my dress. And then...
Gracie, we've got to do a show.
Oh, please. And then the man said the tickets for the Rose Bowl were $1 apiece. And
$1 apiece?
Oh, of course, it was a very small piece. Now, if I can get $200 more, I can buy the rest of the ticket. And then...
Gracie, try to remember what you did with the package. The scripts are in it. We're supposed to do a play.
Señor Shaw, ¿por qué todas las noches tenemos que tocar Ferenci? Ya estoy cansado de tocar la misma
Tú vas a hacer lo que yo digo. Yo soy el jeep aquí.
What's going on here? Artie, what's your guitar player saying?
What's he saying? I'm having enough trouble trying to figure out what I'm saying.
What's the argument about, Senor Lee?
I do not like the number Ferenci we just played. Every night we play it at the Pandemonium Ballroom.
Pandemonium?
See.
It's Palladium. Oh. Pandemonium is a lot of noise and confusion.
He swing and sway with Sammy Kaye?
Artie, why do you take it from that musician?
He's got a diploma from Casaloma.
Say, that's cute.
Hey, George.
What?
Try Spam and Chili with Rudy Villi.
You guys keep it up. Just keep it up and you'll be hitting the road with Papa Jode.
Oh, see now. So I finally got to the May Company.
Oh, you finally got to the May Company?
Yeah,
yes.
And I went to the men's department, and I said, I'd like to get a shirt for George, and the man said 34 sleeves, and I said, no, 2 will be enough.
Gracie, when you got through shopping all day, what did you do with the packages?
The packages. Oh, those were all Christmas presents. I took them all down to the post office and mailed them.
To the post office?
Yes.
Well, you must have mailed the scripts with the rest of the packages.
Oh, well, let's go down and look for them.
Well, certainly.
Well, they'll be easy to find. On account of all my packages are addressed direct to the exchange department of the May Company.
You addressed you addressed all your gifts to the exchange department?
Well, yeah, that'll save my friends a lot of trouble after Christmas.
Well, come on, everybody. You better come with me to the post office and help me find the scripts.
I'll help.
I'll help.
Mr. Burns, I refuse to help. Who are you? Just a rugged individualist.
Everything happens to me. Well, come on, everybody. Let's go.
Oh, well, George, I got it.
The scripts?
No. Let's tear a herring with old Fred Waring.
Oh, come on. Hey, 4 years in Harvard, open the door. Hey, soundman, I'm talking to you. Why don't you pay attention to your work?
Mr. Burns, that is what I've been doing all my life. 4 years I went to Harvard, studied diligently and never missed a lecture. The notes I made are used today as a model by the students at Harvard. Alongside me sat a student who never paid attention to anything. Instead of taking down notes, he wrote childish jingles on the margin of his notebook. Today, that man gets $50,000 a year writing those Burma shave signs, and this is what I do for a living.
Well, this is no time of the year to be sad. Christmas is in the air. Think of Santa Claus.
Poor Santa Claus reminds me of myself. Works hard all year and winds up holding the bag.
Well, come on, everybody. Let's get to the post office. I've got to find those scripts.
Now we're getting this place in about 2 hours.
Oh, well. Here we are at the post office.
Boy, look at this crowd.
Now, Gracie, at what window did you mail the packages?
Well, let me see now. Look for a handsome clerk with blue eyes, blonde mustache, and striped lipstick. He's got a sort of
a striped lipstick?
Well, yes. That's an account of I kissed him through the bars.
Well, let's stand at the end of this line.
Don't push.
Don't push. Don't push. Don't push. Don't push. Don't push.
Who's pushing? Who's pushing?
Well, we'll never get to that window. I had to give you the scripts.
Hey, George, I know how to get in front of this line.
With all these men?
Well, yeah.
Never.
Well, just watch me. Look, here comes Teddy Lamar.
Next. Who's first in line?
I am.
Oh, what a day. Have we been rushed? Do you know, miss, that today I sold 1,000 1-cent stamps?
Well, if I were you, I'd sell 3-cent stamps.
Why?
Well, you meet a better class of people.
Oh, have I been busy? I've been standing on my feet since 7 o'clock this morning.
Oh, you must be tired. Why don't you let me stand on them for a while?
Gracie, ask her about the packet.
What?
Ask her about the packet.
Ask her about what?
The packet. The packet.
The packet.
The packet.
The packet.
The packet. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, George, when you get down to the window, will you mail this Christmas gift for me?
Sure, if I ever get down there. Well, look, it's for me. Artie, what are you sending me?
It's a lounging robe.
That's funny. Last Christmas I sent you a lounging robe.
Well, it's the same loungy robe.
Well, thanks, kid.
And you know what I want this Christmas?
Now what?
A great big sailboat.
Well, in this weather, you can use it.
Senor Burns, will you please mail this package of dishes for me? But be careful with it. It's high-class crookery.
Crookery? You mean crockery. Crookery means that you stole it.
The man in back of me in the blue uniform is a sailor?
Gracie, find out about the scripts. Gracie, wait a minute. Gracie, what are you doing behind the window?
Well, I'm taking the girl's place. She went out to look for the package. Oh, George, aren't people silly? You ought to read some of the letters they send. Oh, dear. Listen to this one. Dear Santa Claus, please send us a man for Christmas. And if you can't find one, please come yourself. Signed, Brenda and Cabina.
Gracie, you mean you're opening the mail?
Yeah, isn't it fun? I'm so glad I took a place.
You know, you can be held for a thing like that.
Well, who do you think the man with his arms around me is? A sailor? Ooh, by the way, it is.
Gracie, the package. We've got
Oh, look, isn't this a sad letter? Dear Santa Claus, we've been waiting for you for a long, long time, but you never come to visit us. If you don't come this year, what will I tell the children? Signed, Mrs. Santa Claus.
Gracie, you've got to find the script.
When unexpected guests come knocking at your door like this, do you get into a twizzy, catch your breath, and say, oh, what shall I feed the bunch? Now look, if you keep Spam on your pantry shelf, this will happen when folks start knocking. You'll go right to the door, open it up, and say, come on in. You'll never worry about each. You'll have plenty of time to visit because you'll ask to be excused and go out into the kitchen like this. Then you'll open a can of Spam, cut off slices, and place on toast. Then you'll put on a slice of tomato, pickle, or Bermuda onion and cover with thin slices of cheese. Pop that into the oven until the cheese melts, and there you have a hot Spamwich. A one-plate meal that's sure to make a hit. Bring those hot Spamwiches out of the kitchen like this, and your guests will all say, yum, yum.
Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Yum, yum.
The meaty flavor, the taste-tempting goodness of Spam is something folks really get hungry for. When friends drop in this holiday season, serve them a hot Spamwich. Or serve Spam cold, or fried, or baked. The easy recipes are right on the label. Fussy appetites like Spam because it's different. A perfect combination of sweet, juicy pork shoulder meat and tender, tasty ham meat. That's why Spam has extra goodness, extra flavor. To be sure of getting the real thing, always look for this sentence on the Spam label, pork shoulder meat with ham meat added. Tomorrow, say to your food dealer, I want Spam. You can serve it dozens of ways. Isn't that right, Smoothies?
Slice it, dice it, fry it, bake it, cold or hot, Spam hits the spot.
Gracie, get away from that window. We've got...
Hey, you stop pushing!
Stop pushing! Stop pushing! push it! Stop pushing! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! We did that.
We did that.
We did that.
We did that.
We did Quiet! Quiet!
Well, who's next?
Gracie, will you come out from behind that stamp window? We got to find the script.
Say, Sourpuss, get back in line. Miss, can I have a 1-cent stamp?
Well, we've got a 1-cent stamp if you really want it, but if I were you, I'd take one of our 6-cent stamps. They're a little more expensive, but they'll last longer. And they're washable. And besides that, they look very pretty on your tongue.
Miss, I'd like a 1-cent stamp. The one that has Lincoln's picture on it.
Oh, which Lincoln do you mean? Henry Fonda or Walt Houston?
Never mind. Next time I'll go by train.
Well, isn't that a silly man? Next. And what can I do for you, sir?
Remember me, I'm George Burns.
George Burns? Oh, weren't you in vaudeville?
Yeah, we played together at the DeKalb in Brooklyn.
Well, didn't you work with a very beautiful girl?
Yes, and that happens to be you.
Oh, well, imagine running into me. It certainly is a small world.
Gracie, what about the script?
Hey, mister,
Come out
get
from...
back in line.
Oh.
What can I do for you, madam?
I hope I'm not too late, miss. Can I catch the China Clipper?
Well, you might be able to if you put another feather in your hat.
Look, Gracie, what about the scripts? Will you come
Get back in line.
Listen here.
Get back in line.
Well...
Look, miss, I've been writing with one of your pens, and I've got a handful of ink.
A handful of ink? Well, thanks for telling me. You may keep it for your honesty.
Gracie, what about the scripts?
Get back in line.
Look, I'm not getting back in line.
Attaboy, George.
You stay out of this.
Anybody that talks that way to George Burns gets a punch in the nose.
You know who I am?
No, who are you?
I'm the vice president of the Hormel Company, makers of Spam.
You know who I am?
No.
Thank goodness.
Say, I better get back in line.
Senor Burns, will you mail this package to my brother? It's a pair of sealskin gloves.
It's not steel skin. It's not steel, it's seal.
Steel.
No, seal. Look, what has a flat head, small eyes, a mustache, and a beautiful fur coat?
My brother's wife.
Look, senor, I've got my own troubles, Gracie. We've got to find our scripts.
Hey, George, I got it.
The scripts?
No. Let's have Spamwiches and tea with Fibber McGee.
Oh, go away.
George, how'd you make out?
Well, I certainly got a lot of help out of you, Artie. Where have you been?
What a madhouse this post office is. I sat down at that long table over there, and before I knew it, I was weighed, stamped, and airmailed special to Pomona.
Now, look, I've got to do something.
Well, George, your troubles are over. Here comes the superintendent, and he's got my package under his arm.
No. Before I give it to you, miss, you'll have to answer a few questions. Now, what's your name?
Gracie T. Allen.
What are all those T's for?
Well, when my daddy first saw me, he said...
Look, mister, can we have the package now?
Just a moment now. Miss, can you identify yourself?
Well, certainly. Where's my handbag?
Right here, Gracie.
Oh, wait till I look in the mirror. Yeah, that's me.
I can't stand it. This is awful.
Well, never mind. Here's your package.
Well, thanks. Come on. Great. I've got the scripts. Come on, everybody. We've got to get out of here. Ouch! 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 Well, come on. Let's get back to the studio. Hey, taxi! Taxi!
And so tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the second episode of Gracie Allen's dynamic play. As you remember last week, George, Bud, and Artie were in the jail, sentenced to be hanged. And Gracie was on her way back from the governor's offices, where she'd been making a plea for their lives. The scene opens with the boys anxiously pacing their cell as Gracie arrives.
Well, this is simply awful. Oh, she's been away for hours.
Never get over it. It's terrible.
Oh, boys, I've got some terrible news for you.
You mean we're going to the gas chamber?
Worse than that.
We're going to be hanged?
Worse than that.
Electrocuted?
No, worse than that.
Well, what can be worse than that?
I left the scripts in the taxi.
Oh. And now the Smoothies, Babs, Charlie, and Little will sing. Take it, kids.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way, bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing on a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to sing this song tonight. Now's the time to bring good cheer. Jingle, 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 jingle bells. Jingle, 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 send your lead.
Jingle bells, Christmas ya llegó. Oyen las campanas que ya Santa Claus salió. Jingle bells, hay felicidad. Todos les deseamos una merry Navidad.
Now's the time to bring good cheer. Jingle, 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 here comes George. Jingle, 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 sing it, George.
Oh, ho, jingle bell,
Jingling,
jingle bell,
jingling,
jingle all the way.
Oh, tell us, Georgie.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in that one-horse open daddy.
You said it.
Jingle bell,
Jingling,
jingle bell,
jingling,
jingle all the way.
we dig you, Georgie.
How I love this time of year when I can always bring a cheer. I know I really love to sing. Some people say I sound like Bing, so now I'm really going to swing. Oh,
da-da-da-doodle-da-doodle-da-doodle-da-doodle-da. Now's the time to bring good cheer. Jingle, 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 now it's fun. Jingle, 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 sing it, bud.
Jingle bells, a happy man I am. Ha 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 ha, I didn't mention spam. Yeah.
Now's the time to bring good cheer. Jingle, 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 look who's here. Jingle, 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 Gracie's here.
Here I am, there's nothing more for you. I wish you all good Christmas cheer, a bright and happy coming year. My mother and I, my brother and I, my daddy and sister say, to gather round and sing with us this Merry Christmas Day.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Merry Christmas to you.
Every day, more and more families discover that Spam solves mealtime problems quickly. Originated by Hormel, Spam has become the most popular meat item brought out in a generation. Spam is tender, juicy meat with a taste and flavor all its own.
Golly, what a wallop! He rang the bell again.
He's feeling his Cheerios. Yes, Cheerios, that energizing breakfast cereal made from oats. Good, old-fashioned, nourishing oats, all ready to eat. Cheerios gives you a kind of nourishment that really counts. Cheerios is a cereal that really helps you build up strength and energy. So for your better breakfast, always start with Cheerios. Cheerios. Cheerios.
Keep it tuned right here to HOJO Radio for more classic old-time radio.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, written by Don Quinn, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Crazy Rhythm. During the coming holiday season, there's probably going to be more activity than usual around your home. There'll be more wear and tear on your floors, especially in the kitchen. If those floors are protected with Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, you won't have to worry about them at all. If you're not using Glow Coat now, this would be an excellent time to try it. Glow Coat offers many advantages. First, it protects linoleum against wear, scratches, and dirt.
cleaning is easier because spilled things are quickly wiped up with a damp cloth. Second, Glow Coat makes linoleum floors more beautiful, gives them a gleaming polish that keeps the colors fresh and bright. Third, it makes the linoleum last longer. And fourth, it's a wonderful time and labor saver. Johnson's Glow Coat is self-polishing. It needs no rubbing or buffing. You simply apply and let dry. In 20 minutes, your floors shine with new beauty. Be sure Johnson's Glow Coat is on your next shopping list. Mailing your Christmas packages early is a great idea for two reasons. One, it gets them off your mind. And two, the recipient has time to look his gift over and change yours for something cheaper. So here at 79 Wistful Vista, about to depart for the post office with arms full of packages, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
Wait a minute, dearie. Let's be sure we got everything. Okay. Here's the one for Aunt Bess.
Yeah.
One for Uncle Dennis. We don't have to mail that. He'll be with us over Christmas.
He's going to be with us here for Christmas?
Sure.
Oh, happy Yuletide.
McGee, don't be like that. Where's your Christmas spirit?
I had it up on my closet shelf, and Uncle Dennis found it, and...
McGee! That's enough of that.
Yeah. Would have been enough for me, but that guy is so thirsty.
Please, let's not discuss Uncle Dennis anymore.
Okay. Hey, why don't we go down to the post office after supper instead of now? Might be less of a crowd down there.
I don't know if they're open that late.
Oh, I'll see. Hand me that phone. Thanks. Hello, operator. Give me the post office. Oh, is that you, Mert? How's everything, Mert? It is, eh? What's say, Mert? Your 17-year-old sister. Had her face lifted.
Oh, heavenly days. What'd she do that for?
Couldn't help it. She bought a false face for a New Year's party, and somebody swiped it. What say, Mert? Yes, it laid there. What say? Oh, the post office don't answer, eh? Okay, never mind, Mert. Well, come on, Molly. I guess we better go on down there now.
All right. You got enough money with you for stamps?
Oh, I don't need any. I got an account with the government. Income tax, FHA, HOLC.
Oh, dear. Come in.
Hey, Mr. McGee, come over to my house right away, will you?
What's the matter now?
My brother was rehearsing his Santa Claus act, and he got a horn caught in his pants.
Why, he's too old to be playing with toys like that.
It ain't one of the toys, it's one of the reindeer. Hurry, will you?
Well, are you going, McGee?
Nah, he ain't the only guy who gets antlers in his pants around Christmas. Now, let's see, you take those 4 packages there, and I'll carry these cups. Hey, what's in this big one here?
Which one?
This one.
Oh, that?
Uh-huh.
Why, that's a new aluminum baking dish I got for Aunt Sarah.
Oh, a camisole, eh?
No, you mean casserole, dearie.
I do not. Casserole is medicine.
Go on. That's castor oil.
Well, then what's a camisole?
Well, a camisole is a... Well, it's a sort of a...
Uh-huh. You see? So it is something you cook in.
Well, it could be in hot weather.
Well, anyway, I bet that's a good...
No, we'll never get to the post office if people keep coming in like this. See who it is, dearie.
Hey, it's Gildersleeve with an armful of Christmas presents and a big smile on his face.
Oh, dear.
Must be bringing us our presents.
Oh, and I haven't got his wrapped up yet.
Play up. Come in, come in, come in.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. How nice to see you.
Hi, Gildy, old man. You're looking well. A new suit?
Why, no, this is the same suit I always wear.
Well, it certainly looks nice. Have a chair, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Have a cigar, too.
No, thanks. I just dropped in.
How is dear Mrs. Gildersleeve?
Why, she's splendid, thank you. But the reason I came over...
I was just saying to Molly. Molly, I says, we got to do something nice for Gildersleeve this Christmas. He's been a mighty fine neighbor, I says.
And I says, yes, McGee, I says, he's been so nice to us, I says. Though I hope he doesn't give us anything.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way about it, Mrs. McGee, because I'm not giving you anything.
That is the same old suit you got on, ain't it? Getting pretty baggy, too, if you ask me.
Was there something you wanted, Mr. Gildersleeve? We were just leaving for the post office.
Oh, yes. McGee told me this morning you were going to the post office. I just stopped in to see if you'd mail these packages for me while you were down there.
Hey, wait a minute. Why, shucks, we already got more than we can...
And I wish you'd buy me some stamps, too, while you're at it.
Say, you might save time, Mr. Gildersleeve, to get your stamps at Kramer's drugstore.
Oh, they're too expensive down there.
What do you mean expensive? Stamps are the same everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but I hate to go into a store and buy stamps. They don't make any profit on them.
Well, what's that got to do?
So, I usually make a few purchases to ease my conscience.
Oh, I see.
Yes. The last time I bought a 2-cent stamp in the drugstore, I came home with a hot water bottle, toy submarine, 3 rolls of film, a rental detective story, and a couple of badminton rackets, and a big gob of hot fudge on my necktie.
A guy as fat as you are has got no business eating hot fudge.
Who's fat?
Well, besides you, there's Oliver Hardy, Don Wilson, Paul Whiteman.
Ooh! You're a hard man, McGee.
Now, let's not get into any argument, boys. We'll get your stamps for you, Mr. Gildersleeve. What kind do you want?
Well, I want 2 sheets of 5s, 4 sheets of 1s, 1 sheet of 2s, and 3 sheets of 4s.
Spit out your gum and do it again, Gilbert.
Well, all right. I want 3 sheets of 2s, 2 of 3s, 4 of 5s, and 5s of 4s.
How about 6 of 1s and half a dozen of the others?
Gildersleeve, they don't make any 4-cent stamps.
Oh, yes, they do.
They do not.
They do, too.
They do not.
They do not. No!
Boys, stop fussing.
Well, if I knew as little about my own government as this big chowderhead.
Don't you call me a chowderhead, you little termite.
Gildersleeve, one of these days you're going to exonerate me too far. And I still say they don't make any 4-cent stamps.
How do you know?
Because I used to work in the post office, that's how I know.
Is that so?
Yes, that's so. Well, I started working in the post office when I was knee-high to a mailbox.
He did.
I had charge of the branch in the Savoy Hotel. Stamping at the Savoy McGee, I was known as. Stamping at the Savoy McGee, slick as silk and strong as Samson at slamming a sack of circular single-handed on a schooner sailing to the South Seas or a streamliner scheduled to scoot to Sioux City, celebrated as a salary-saving super salesman by selling scores of 6-cent stamps to sentimental sailors, sending souvenirs to sweeties in Samoa, Siam, Ceylon, San Salvador, and similar scattered seaports, smiling and singing as I stamped and sealed stuff from city to city and state to state, a solid civil servant serving citizens and scamps. Well, let's get down to the post office and buy this lug some stamps.
Windows down, sir.
Where can I find
the postal savings department.
Boy, these packages are getting heavy, Molly. I'll sure be glad to unload them.
Well, we won't unload them very quick, dearie.
Huh?
Look at the long lines in front of the windows.
Oh, boy. Hey, folks, you mind if we squeeze in here? We got an important engagement we'd like to get
What do you think you are, anyway? Wait in the line like the rest of us.
Maybe we better go to the end of the line, Molly. It's more democratic.
McGee, do you realize how many people are ahead of us in this line?
Huh?
73.
And a good thing, too. Keeps them off the streets.
McGee.
Huh?
This man standing in front of me.
Huh?
I wish he'd turn around and face the way everybody else is. He's got a blank look on his face that bothers me somehow.
I'll move aside a little. I can't see over these packages.
You see him there?
Oh, that ain't his face. Hey, Bud, you got your toupee on backwards.
My goodness, thanks, Lode.
Oh, look, McGee, here comes Mrs. Uppington.
Mrs. Uppington? What's she doing in a post office? Don't she know these places are infested with common people?
I see she brought her Pekingese along to lick the stamps for her. Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington? So nice to see you.
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppy. Hi, puppy.
Good heavens, what a lot of people. Do you have to stand in line like that? Don't you know anyone in an executive position who would take care of you?
Well, me and Jim Farley was great pals, Uppy, but Jim don't work here anymore, and I don't know the new guy.
Besides, we're no better than anyone else.
I think, my dear, as the saying goes, you have something there. Mailing your Christmas packages.
Oh, no. No, we just brung them down here to see if they were wrapped up as pretty as other people.
Say, while we're kicking the basket around, Abigail, what's the idea of bringing that dime-sized Doberman in here?
Oh, you mean Fifi?
Fifi.
Isn't she sweet? Mother's little darling.
Oh, sure.
Say hello to Mr. and Mrs. McGee, Fifi.
Wonderful, ain't it, Molly? I always wondered how you said hello in Pekingese.
Oh, hasn't she a sweet little face? Such bright eyes and such animation. You know, sometimes I could almost believe she was laughing at me.
Well, if she's really intelligent, how could she help it?
She is very intelligent, Mrs. McGee. Her mother was champion Floradora, her sister Dora Brownie, the fifth of Philadelphia.
Oh. And who was her father? Or am I putting Fifi on the spot?
I knew she was either from Philadelphia or New York, Uppy. She's got that metropolitan look.
Oh, thank you, Mr. McGee.
Don't thank him for that one. I still don't know why you should bring her into the post office, Mrs. Uppington, when everything is so busy.
Oh, well, I wanted her to mix with the crowds, Mrs. McGee, to give her some real holiday atmosphere. This is Fifi's first Christmas, you know. Isn't it, Fifi?
She muffed that one, Uppy. She said hello again.
Well, if she did, she must have had a very good reason for it.
Oh.
Fifi is a very intelligent dog and very valuable, too. She's worth at least $2,000.
$2,000?
What do you mean, $2,000? Why, shucks, that's more than I'm worth.
Well, some dogs are worth more than others. Good night.
Dogs are worth more than others. Teddy Roosevelt slayed the Rough Riders with that one. Some dog.
Say, I wish we could get up to the window. This line hasn't moved 2 feet in a half hour.
Well, I'll take care of that. Watch me.
Hey, up ahead there. Can't you move along any faster?
Okay. I was just asking. You getting tired, Molly?
I certainly am. My feet are beginning to agitate for better working conditions.
Mine, too. I wish we could put
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, little girl. What you doing here?
I'm mailing a letter to Santa Claus, I bet you. Are you?
No, we're not.
Why?
Huh? What'd you say?
When?
Never mind. What'd you ask Santa Claus in your letter?
I asked him to make the man next door not mad at me anymore because I don't think he's going to give me anything for Christmas, I bet you.
Well, what juvenile peccadillo aroused his antipathy, sister?
Gee, what's the matter with you? your pardon.
I said, what'd you do that made the man next door mad at you?
Last summer, I went in his backyard and I picked some of his permissions.
Some of his what?
Permissions. You know, it's a kind of a fruit that makes the picker pucker.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, why didn't you ask him if you could pick them?
Well, I was afraid he wouldn't give his persimmons.
You mean his permission?
No, I picked his permissions.
Look, sis, you don't pick permissions. You give persimmons. You persnip. Let's start over again and make it pears.
All righty. Grizzly pears or teddy pears?
So you're mailing a letter to Santa Claus, are you?
Sure. You see, here it is.
Oh, say, that's pretty good handwriting, sis.
I know it.
Don't tell me you wrote that.
No, my papa wrote it. I always ask him to write my Santa Claus letter.
Cute. That's a very good idea.
Sure it is, I bet you. All us kids do that because our papas all believe in Santa Claus.
Oh, they do, eh?
Sure. So why should we tell them any different if it makes them happy? Come on, mister.
Hey, Molly, what makes this whole line of people give that sudden jerk every few minutes?
Why, don't you know?
No.
That seventh man up ahead has got the hiccups.
Oh, I gotta say...
Hi there, Fibber. Hello, Molly.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hi, Harlow. Hey, take my place in this line a while, will you? I want to go sit down someplace for a while.
Me too.
Gee, I'm sorry, folks. I'd like to, but I haven't got time. I just dashed in here to mail some special orders to Racine, Wisconsin.
What do you mean by special orders? Says he with a sly twinkle in his eye.
Well, you know how important it is to have a home clean and shining with Johnson's Wax when all the family is home for the holidays.
Yes, we do.
And how gleaming hospitality of Johnson waxed floors and furniture lends an air of cheerfulness to Yuletide gatherings.
Yeah, naturally we understand all that.
And how Johnson's Wax will beautify and protect against the wear and tear of Christmas and New Year celebrations.
Dad, Rabbit, what's so special about that?
Oh, just to get the orders in on time.
Oh, I see. So you can do your Christmas shipping early.
Oh.
Don't you get it, Molly? I said...
Tain't funny, McGee. You are Christmas shipping early.
Yeah.
That's pure golden bantam for my money.
Yeah, the only difference between Fibber and a corn crib is that you can hear the corn through his crack. I'll see you later, folks.
Boy,
Say, who'd have thought we'd have to stand in line this long 2 weeks before Christmas?
Blankets, cushions, folding chairs. Might as well be comfortable while you wait, folks. Blankets, folding chairs, cushions. Get your... Oh, hello there, kid.
Hello, Mr. Old-Timer.
Since when have you been working in the post office, old-timer?
No, I'm kind of a pensioner around here, kids. They give me the job in memory of my sister, Nellie.
Oh, dear. What happened to your sister, Nellie?
Well, we never knew, daughter. She was a Pony Express rider in 1848. One day she disappeared, mail bag and all. Always figured she must have got caught in a landslide. Reckless critter Nellie was. But me and Ma, we never give up hope. We always thought that someday Nellie would... What's the matter?
Make way for the United States mail.
It's Nellie. Hey, Nell, it's me, your brother.
Hi, Roy. How's Ma?
Fine. Where you been?
I got caught by Indians. Just got away 3 days ago. They got great news for you, Roy.
What's that?
They discovered gold in California.
You don't say.
Yep. Climb up in the saddle, Roy. Soon as I deliver this mail, I gotta go home and get a clean shirt. This buckskin's beginning to chase me. Yes, sir. Make way for the U.S. mail,
Yes,
folks.
sir. I'm with you.
The King's Men sing Hilda.
Hail of Hilda, who plays in the band. and I tell you she's grand. My heart goes trick, trick, trick. It jumps so high, it beats so quick. Then she gives out with a big hot lick. Boom, boom, ba-doom. Bing! Every feller wants to tell her, will you be my wife? She keeps beating and repeating, never in your life. Hey, would build a little love nest for two. Risk, raspberry, boom, 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 boom. Oh, May Hilda, may goodness I love you. Aching heart with gladness fits your inning vein. And until the day you say a will, the night's heart filled with sadness. Tell me, waiting pain. A low Hilda who plays in the band. She plays the bass drum and I tell you she's grand. My heart goes prick, prick, prick. It jumps so high, it beats so quick. Then she gets out with a big hot lick. Every feller wants to tell her, will you be my wife? She keeps beating and repeating, never in your life. They would build a little love nest for two. Risk, raspberry, boom, 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 just for two. Risk, raspberry, boom, 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 boom. Oh, my Hilda, may goodness they love you.
McGee, dearie, let me take those packages a while. Your arms must be numb.
It ain't so much my arms. It's my foot. My foot is... Uh-oh. Hey, Bud. You in front of me there.
Si, senor.
Look, I don't like to be rude, and you'll please forgive me for introducing myself, but I'm Fibber McGee.
Very happy to meet you, senor. Permit me to introduce me. I am Pedro Gonzalez Gomez Vargas Pereira de Faria.
Hi, Pete. Now that we know each other, will you please get off my foot?
Si, senor.
Thank you very much.
Es por nada, senor. It is pleasure to do business with you. Anytime I can get off your foot, please let me know.
Don't think I won't, Bud.
You sound like two gentlemen of the old school with apples for the teacher.
Oh, well.
Oh, dear. I'm so tired.
Me too. For 2 cents, I'd dump these
Ah,
packages.
there. Good day, my dear, and a dull December to you, crab meat.
Hi, Boomer.
What are you doing in the post office, Mr. Boomer?
Always come in here to write my letters. Small, smart, and smell nice. Wonderful feeling to be able to walk away from a federal pen without hearing bloodhounds in the distance.
I hope you're writing your dear old mother a Christmas letter, Mr. Boomer.
Exactly what I am doing, my dear. Have to be careful what I say, too. The warden reads every word of her letters. Let me see now. What did I do with Mother's letter? Like to read it to you.
Ah, never mind, Boomer. We're too tired to...
Now, let me see. Where did I put Mother's letter? Had it right here a moment ago. Here's the short end of an exploded cigar. Just the butt of an old joke, you might say. Invitation to a New England boiled dinner. Ought to be interesting. Never been boiled at a New England dinner.
Well, never mind looking, Mr. Boomer. We're in no mood.
Ah, what's this? Pair of cellophane gloves. Very handy to let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Couple of diamond shoulder clips I picked up as I shouldered my way out of a clip joint. And a check. Well, imagine that, a check. Made out to a man named Mortispan. Mortispan, M-O-R-T-I. Excuse me while I go practice the signature. Good day, my dear. Good day to you.
What a crook.
Isn't he, though? He was born with a gold chisel in his mouth. How many ahead of us, dearie? I'm about ready to give up here.
No, it's only 3 now, Molly. Just hang on. Oh, it's only 2. Lady just got through.
Hold the packages to one side, dearie. I want to lean against you a few minutes.
All right, you're next, madam.
Hey, come on. We're next at the window, Molly. Thank goodness this will soon be over.
That's what I say. I'm completely exhausted.
All right, sir, you're next.
Bud, you're a sight for sore eyes. Here.
Oh, dear.
Now, weigh them packages and tell me how much postage.
Sorry, sir, can't do that here.
Huh?
Why not? We've been standing in line here for 3 hours.
But this is the money order window. You'll have to get in that long line over there.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment. Well, these certainly are busy times for all of us. There are so many more things to do than we can possibly squeeze into every 24 hours. That's probably one reason why so many women sing the praises of Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat, the floor polish that saves them so many hours of work. With Glow Coat, the care of floors, especially linoleum surfaces, is remarkably simple. There's practically no work to it at all. Just pour a little Glow Coat onto your clean floor, spread it around, and let it dry. Come back in 20 minutes to find a sparkling surface, colors bright and cheerful, protected against scratches and dirt. And Glow Coat will greatly lengthen the life of your linoleum, too. Ask your dealer for Johnson's Glow Coat in the familiar red and yellow can. And by the way, when you're making up your Christmas list, don't forget that either Glow Coat or Johnson's Wax makes a very useful and welcome gift for a friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, the prevention and control of tuberculosis is a year-round fight. But only at Christmas time are you asked for financial support and encouragement.
That's right. So be sure your letters and packages are decorated with Christmas seals.
Thank you, and good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
Would you rather drive a dull, dingy car or a sparkling, shiny one? Maybe you still think the job of wax polishing is costly or hard work. Then let me urge you to investigate and try Car New, Johnson's sensational, new, easy-to-use auto polish. Car New does 2 things at once. Both cleans and wax polishes in one operation, in half the time these jobs used to require. Car New's cost is low, and once you've seen what beautiful results it gives, you'll say with car owners everywhere, your car looks like new when you use Car New, spelled C-A-R-N-U.
In the month just ahead, there will be many days that are cloudy and gray. Isn't it very important on such days to have your home bright and cheerful? Your kitchen especially, where you spend so many hours? There's one thing that will brighten your kitchen more than anything else. Gleaming linoleum floors kept fresh and spotless with Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat. Glow Coat requires no rubbing or buffing. There's practically no work to it. You just apply Glow Coat, it shines while it dries with no further work from you. It not only keeps your floors beautiful, but it actually makes linoleum last many times longer than an unprotected floor. Glow Coat is safe, easy to use, and sure to please. Try some tomorrow on your floors. Ask for Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. GLO-COAT.
Stay tuned to HOJO Radio.
Another cup of Maxwell House coffee, George?
Sure, pour me a cup, Gracie.
You know, Maxwell House is always good to the last drop.
And that drop's good, too.
Yes, it's Maxwell House Coffee Time, starring George Burns and Gracie Allen. With yours truly, Bill Goodwin, the music of Meredith Wilson and his orchestra, Tommy Bernard, our happy postman Mel Blanc, and our guest star, Eddie Cantor. 'Twas the day after Christmas, and in the Burns house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Oops, my mistake. George is stirring.
You know, Gracie, I just can't get over this beautiful Christmas present Eddie Cantor gave me. $110 smoking jacket.
Yes, it's hard to believe, all right, but there's the price tag hanging right on it.
That was probably an oversight on the part of some clerk. Eddie would die if he knew it was on there.
Well, then why does his card read, Merry Christmas from Eddie Cantor, who paid $110 for this jacket?
Some clerk wrote that.
Did you see what it says on the outside of the package?
No.
It says special delivery. What's 13 cents to a man who's already spent $110?
Well, I don't care. It's a beautiful gift. Boy, $110. I'll bet that's more than he spent on Ida.
Well, of course it is. He got her for nothing.
I meant that's more than he spent on her Christmas present.
There's something awfully strange about this, George. It's not like Eddie Cantor to spend all this money.
Well, I guess he figures he can't take it with him.
George, if Eddie can't take it with him, he'll find a way to send for it. There's the door. I'll answer it.
Gee, $110 smoking jacket. No more of those 2 for a nickel cigars while I'm wearing this. From now on, I smoke only Royal Havana Super Deluxe King Specials. 3 for a dime.
That was the delivery man, George. Look, someone sent you an erector set.
Erector set?
Uh-huh.
That's a child's toy. Somebody's trying to rib me. What does the card say?
It says, to little Georgie Porgy from Santa Claus.
Oh, fine.
George, did you write Santa Claus a letter?
This is not from Santa Claus. It's from somebody who wants to pull my leg.
Oh, that's your tailor. He's always wanted to get your legs even.
My legs are even. Some wise guy. Anyway, this erector set just makes me appreciate Eddie Cantor's gift all the more. $110 smoking jacket. Now, there's a present.
Oh, well, don't feel so bitter about this erector set, dear. Maybe it'll be lots of fun. Look at the things it says you can make with it. A teeter-totter.
A teeter-totter? Oh, jolly. Won't the fellows at the cigar store envy me when they see my teeter-totter?
Well, now just
I'll hide it behind my back and say, guess what, fellas? And they'll say, golf clubs? Fishing tackle? And I'll say, no. A teeter-totter.
Oh, I'll answer it, dear. You play with your erector set.
Play with it, my foot. I wouldn't touch the silly thing.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns. Here's your mail.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Postman. Well, how do you feel? Did delivering all that Christmas mail wear you out?
Oh, yeah. My feet have blisters that belong on a B-29.
Oh, you poor man.
I delivered more mail than Bing Crosby's obstetrician.
Well, I hope Santa Claus is good to you. Was there something nice in your stocking yesterday morning?
Yes, but there was something horrible in my wife's stocking.
Oh, what was it?
My wife. How about your Christmas, Mrs. Burns? Was the jolly old gentleman with the big tummy good to you?
Oh, George is always good to me. This year he gave me a lovely gold bracelet. I picked it out myself.
Then it wasn't a surprise? A surprise?
Well, it will be to George. He doesn't know about it yet. And right now, I don't dare tell him. He's in a pretty bad humor.
How come?
Oh, some practical joker gave him a child's toy for Christmas. One of those erector sets. George is furious.
I pulled a similar joke on my wife Bertha one Christmas. I gave her a broom.
Well, what's wrong with giving your wife a broom?
It had a saddle and stirrups on it. Bertha was mad as a hornet.
Well, I'll bet it handed you a laugh.
Laugh? I thought I'd die. And so did the doctor. Well, goodbye, Mrs. Burns. Remember, keep smiling.
Well, not much mail, George. Just a few late Christmas cards and... Why, George!
I made a teeter-totter. And I did it in 6 minutes flat.
Oh, I'm proud of you, darling. Only 6 minutes? Why, it says right here in the box, to make a teeter-totter should take the average child about... Well, it's new to you.
What does it say the average child should take?
30 seconds.
Well, anyway, this thing is sure a lot of fun. And now I'm going to start a steam shovel. Come in.
Mr. Burns,
Yes, what is it, son?
I believe you've got my erector set by mistake.
Huh?
My name is Georgie Lemire, and I live across the street. And the delivery man says he got the wrong house and left it here.
Oh, we're sorry it happened, little boy. Put it in the box, George, and give it to him.
Wait a minute. Look, kid. How would you like to have a nice smoking jacket? $110 smoking jacket.
No, sir, I want my erector set.
Well, give it to him, George.
But, kid, look. This smoking jacket is from Eddie Cantor.
Who's he?
Who's he? Tell him, Gracie.
Why, Sonny Eddie Cantor is the man who... He tells all those... He's the biggest... Give him the erector set.
Now, look, kid, can't we make a deal? This is a beautiful smoking jacket.
I want my erector set.
Oh, all right. But let me finish the steam shovel first.
By then, he'll be old enough for the smoking jacket.
Never mind. How about it, kid?
I want my erector set.
Now, look, I wouldn't want to use force on an 8-year-old. But I'm going to finish that steam shovel if I have to throw you down and sit on you.
No, you're not. You give me that.
Now, let go of that.
Give it
Let
here.
go. Let go. Let go.
Oh, shame on you, you boys. You let him up this instant. There. Now, you take your erector set and go home, Sonny. Did he hurt you, George?
Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. You know, Meredith, I guess that's one of the gladdest and happiest songs I've ever known.
That it is, Bill. And with New Year's Eve less than a week away, it's mighty timely, too. New Year's Eve. That's the great American night for ringing out the old and ringing in the new.
Yippee.
Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on.
Yes, Meredith, it's one night in the year when all of us can see that silver lining. When hope and optimism and good cheer are really riding high. Makes you understand why the celebration of New Year's Eve is such a happy and joyous part of the American scene. And that brings to mind how Maxwell House coffee is a very real part of the American scene, too. We Americans love coffee, have made it our national drink. And more people buy and enjoy Maxwell House than any other brand of coffee at any price. North, east, south, and west, it's Maxwell House wherever you go. Flavors behind this great popularity story, of course, the rich, vigorous Maxwell House flavor that results from the masterful blending of these selected Latin American coffees. Manizales for mellowness. Medellins for richness. Other fine coffees for vigor. And Bucaramangas for full body. All adding up to great coffee at its flavor peak. So, friends, why not enjoy the very best in coffee goodness, coffee pleasure? You can for just a fraction of a penny more per cup than you'd pay for the cheapest coffee sold. Next time, say, Maxwell House, always good to the last drop.
darn kid. He would have to come after his erector set just when I was getting interested.
Oh, well, never mind, dear. You'll get over it.
But I wanted to finish that steam shovel.
Oh, well, there. Mama will make some ice cream and let you lick the dasher.
Oh, stop. Just because I happen to enjoy building things. Come in.
Hello, all.
Hello, Meredith.
Hello.
Well, what's wrong with him?
Somebody took away his erector set.
Oh, well, George, I don't have an erector set, but I'd be glad to lend you my set of tiddlywinks. Although it's not quite complete.
Look, Meredith.
All the winks are there, but in the excitement of a recent game, I broke my red tiddly.
Meredith.
Or, you might be interested in a Cupid doll I have, which, when patted on the stomach, says Mama.
No, I'm not in.
Would you care to hear how I got that Cupid doll?
No.
It was at the Saragordo County Fair back in 1928. There was a booth there where for a nickel you could buy 3 baseballs, hurl them at assorted knickknacks, and keep whatever knickknack you knocked over. I purchased 3 balls and let fly with the right goodwill.
And you knocked over the Cupid doll.
No, I knocked over J.C. Tolliver, a local apothecary. He was at a nearby booth eating hot buttered popcorn.
My goodness.
Undismayed, I cut loose with the second baseball.
Oh, and that time you got the Cupid doll.
No, got J.C. Tolliver again. He was bending over to pick up his hot buttered popcorn.
Show me how he was bending over, Meredith.
Like this, George. Ow!
Goodbye, Meredith.
Goodbye, all.
Oh, yeah. Tiddlywinks. All I want is an erector set so I can build a steam shovel.
And unless you get one, there'll never be an end to this. You wait here.
Gee, Gracie, you shouldn't have done it.
Well, George, I knew you wouldn't be happy until you had an erector set, so I went to the store and got you one.
Boy. Hey, where'd you get the money?
I traded a smoking jacket for it.
You traded Eddie Cantor's $110 smoking jacket for this erector set?
That smoking jacket didn't cost $110, dear. I talked to the man Eddie bought it from.
But it had a big price tag on it.
He bought that from the same man.
Well, how much did Eddie pay for the jacket? 100?
No.
75?
No.
50?
Mm-mm.
How much?
Well, the erector set was 12 and a half.
Yeah.
I traded the smoking jacket.
Yeah.
We owe the store 2 and a half.
The smoking jacket cost $10.
That included 4 boxes of cigars.
The cigars I didn't even get.
You didn't get the set of dishes either.
A set of dishes came with it?
And a pocket knife.
A pocket knife?
And a round trip to Azusa.
Murder. I'd like to have had the pocket knife.
Yeah. Well, the salesman said that knife really should be in the pocket of the smoking jacket at all times.
Why?
Well, in case you spill water on the jacket, you can cut your way out before it chokes you to death.
He's exaggerating. Besides, I don't care what Eddie paid for the jacket. It's the spirit of the gift that counts. Now, you go right back to the May Company and get it.
It didn't come from the May Company.
Bullets?
No.
Broadway?
Uh-huh.
Where?
Laughing Frankie Gordon.
That smiling Frankie Gordon.
He laughed when he sold that.
Well, you get it back here. No matter what the jacket is worth, it's Eddie's gift to me, and I want it. Besides, I don't believe all that stuff about a free trip to Azusa and a set of dishes. Eddie Cantor's got plenty of money, and he... Come in.
Oh, Merry Christmas, George and Gracie. Merry Christmas.
Well, Eddie.
Eddie, you're a day late with your Merry Christmas.
I know, Gracie. I got caught overnight in Azusa.
Azusa?
Yeah, I just happened to have a round-trip ticket.
I see. Eddie, what did you give Ida for Christmas?
Ida, oh, a lovely gift. A set of dishes.
I thought so.
And how about your 5 daughters?
Well, to Janet, the oldest one, I gave a beautiful pocket knife. Then to each of the other 4 girls, I gave a box of cigars.
Cigars?
Money is no object to me.
But, Eddie, your daughters don't smoke cigars.
Their husbands can smoke them.
But won't the cigars be awfully stale by then?
They'll be dead and buried by then. Oh, yes. But enough about my Christmas. Did you get the smoking jacket I sent you, George?
Oh, yes. Thanks, Eddie.
Oh, that's all right. What's $110 among friends?
Who said anything about $110?
The price tag came off? Why, how could it? I stuck it on with a Pabst beer label. Oh, well, as long as I know you got it. Well, now, how would you two like to eat dinner with me, huh?
Oh, we'd love it.
Well, thanks. Now, don't fix anything extra, Gracie. I'll take potluck.
You're eating here?
Well, yes, I want to see George in that beautiful smoking jacket I gave him. Why don't you put it on right now, George?
Yes. Gracie, run get that jacket.
Yeah, all right. It's in the next room. I'll be back in a half hour.
Yep. Wait a minute. It takes you a half hour to walk into the next room and back?
Thick carpet.
Oh, yes. Let me get it for you,
No.
huh?
I just happened to think. I took the smoking jacket to the cleaners.
Already?
Well, yeah, George got smoke on it. I'll be right back.
Well, look, my car's out front. I'll drive you to the cleaner.
Oh, no. I'm too tired. I'd rather walk. Goodbye.
Gee, I hope she gets it, Eddie. I wouldn't want anything to happen to a $110 jacket.
Look, George, we've known each other for 25 years. You and I, well, we can be honest with each other. That jacket didn't cost $110.
No?
No. I put that price tag on it so as not to embarrass you.
Embarrass me?
How would you feel if you knew I really paid $150 for it?
I'd die.
They say it's wonderful. Our nomination for the best song of 1946, Meredith Willson and his music. Hi, George. Is Gracie here?
No, Bill. She's going to pick up my smoking jacket. You know Eddie Cantor, don't you?
Oh, of course. Hello, Mr. Cantor.
Oh, Bill, my boy, how are you? Looks good. Haven't been by to call on my daughters lately.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I did call on your daughter Janet last night. You weren't there.
I know. I spent the night in the Azusa. Bill, did you have a good time with Janet?
Well, Mr. Cantor, I would have, but...
But what?
When did she start carrying a pocket knife?
A smart Christmas present I gave her. How was Ida, Bill? Was she lonesome without me?
Well, I don't know. She was out seeing the Jolson story.
Every night Ida sees the Jolson story? She getting passes? Tell me, were the other girls home?
Oh, yes. They introduced me to a game called Break One and Get One.
Break one and get one?
Yeah. It seems that some schnook gave Ida a cheap set of dishes. And she wanted the girls to get rid of them, so every time I broke one, I got a cigar.
A cigar?
Yeah, the same schnook gave the girls cigars.
I wonder who that schnook could be.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Canner, speaking of the Jolson story, I think they should do a picture about you.
No. How would that sound, the schnook story? It's no good. It wouldn't work out.
Well, really, I think it's a great idea, Mr. Canner. Now, Jolson had to have a handsome young fella named Larry Parks to play his part, but you wouldn't need him.
That's right, I wouldn't.
No, I could do it. You see, they'll photograph me, and your voice will come out of my mouth singing, Ida, sweet as Maxwell House coffee.
Wait
a
minute. That's not what the song says, you know.
If it comes out of my mouth, that's what it'll say. Maxwell House coffee is rich, mellow, delicious, the result of careful selection and blending of choice Latin American coffees, radiant roasted to perfection.
But Bill, coffee doesn't rhyme with Ida. That spoils the song.
Oh, you're right, of course. I'll have to change that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do it like this. Sophie, sweet as Maxwell House coffee.
Bill, William, good one.
Well, what's the matter now? That rhymes. It not only has rhyme, but reason, because more people buy and enjoy Maxwell House than any other brand of coffee in the world.
Oh, Bill, stop teasing Eddie. There's only one way that song can go, like this.
Ida, feed the apple, oh,
Pardon me for interrupting, but George, did you enjoy working for our sponsor in 1946?
Well, sure.
Would you like to work for him in 1947?
You bet.
How does the song go?
Sophie, sweet as Maxwell House coffee.
That's better, George. Because Maxwell House is the very best in coffee drinking pleasure. Yet it costs but a fraction of a penny more per cup than the cheapest coffee you can buy. That's why so many millions of Americans insist on Maxwell House. These days they know today's coffee buy is Maxwell House, the coffee that's always good to the last drop.
Now, look, if you two think that you can...
Well, I'm back. We can have dinner now. Oh, hello, Bill.
Hi, Gracie.
George, may I speak to you alone for a moment?
Sure.
Excuse us, Eddie.
That's all right.
Did you get the smoking jacket?
Well, I couldn't. The store was closed.
And what's in the package?
Well, I stopped by the cleaners and got your overcoat. You can wear that at the dinner table.
An overcoat?
Well, we'll tell Eddie you're wearing the smoking jacket under it.
He'll think I'm crazy.
No, he won't. We'll open all the windows and get it freezing cold in the house. Thank goodness we live in Los Angeles when you can do that.
Well, that's a big help. Gracie, it doesn't happen to be freezing cold outside.
Well, open the windows anyway. In 2 minutes, he won't be able to see you for the smog.
That won't work either.
Oh, you put on the overcoat. I'll think of something.
Okay. Anything to keep Eddie from knowing you traded in his Christmas present.
All right, Eddie. Come in the dining room. Dinner's on the table.
Oh, swell. I can't wait to see George in that smoking jacket.
Well, there he is.
Yeah, he's wearing an overcoat.
Well, naturally. We're having a cold meal.
Yes, I'm very sensitive to heat and cold.
What does he wear when you have a hot meal?
I don't know. Ladies aren't allowed.
You like this meal, Eddie? Sliced bologna, cold chicken?
Yeah, oh, the chicken's another reason for the overcoat. It saves wear and tear on the tablecloth.
How?
Well, he can stick the bones in his pocket.
It's neater that way.
Chicken, Eddie?
Thanks. It seems a shame to cover up a $200 smoking jacket.
The last time you mentioned the price, it was $150.
What a memory. Well, there were a few extras. Special buttons, fancy buttonholes, a $10 tip for the boy who delivered it.
Bologna, Eddie?
Only the part about the tip. Oh, you're passing the bologna. Thanks.
Whatever it cost, Eddie, I really appreciate it.
Well, don't mention it, George. I'm just a generous, open-handed type that loves to do things for my friends.
Applesauce, Eddie?
You're asking me to have some?
Yes.
Oh, in that case, thanks. As I was saying, George, I'm the generous type, and I never expect a favor in return. When I bought you that smoking jacket, I had no idea that I'd be asking you to appear on my radio program next Thursday night.
Applesauce, Eddie.
I just took some.
This time I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
Well, how about you two coming on my show next week? I can arrange it so you won't have to pay any income tax.
That's great. How can you do that?
It's simple. I won't give you any money. But for old time's sake, what do you say, kids, huh?
Okay, Eddie, we'll be on your program. Let's get to work on the script. I'll take off my coat and
No,
we'll start
don't, George. No, don't take the coat off. No.
Hey, wait a minute. There's no smoking jacket under that overcoat.
George, you've been robbed.
Huh?
The thief must still be here. Don't leave this room, Eddie Cantor.
Gracie Allen, I did not steal it.
Oh, it's no use, Gracie. We might as well confess. Eddie, we traded the smoking jacket in for an erector set.
An erector set? For that $300 smoking jacket? That came with gold buttons and velvet lapels and silk lining that lit up with neon signs?
A set of dishes and a pocket knife.
And a round trip to Azusa? Oh, you know about that.
Eddie, we know the jacket cost $10.
Gee, I'm sorry. Kids, naturally, now I can't ask you to appear on my program for nothing. Honestly, I feel terrible.
Well, why don't you pay us?
No, then I'd feel worse. Well, I guess it's the only decent thing to do. Come on, you two come over to my house, and I'll make it worth your while, huh?
Well, thanks again, Eddie.
Not at all, Gracie. I'll see you and George on my program next Thursday night.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Eddie.
Goodbye, children.
Well, Gracie, what did Eddie give you?
George, I'll never have to ask you for money again.
You won't?
No. Whenever I want some, I'll just pull this pocket knife on you.
Oh.
Join us again next week when we'll all be back. George Burns, Gracie Allen, Meredith Wilson and his orchestra, yours truly, Bill Goodwin. The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show is written by Paul Henning and Keith Fowler. Until next Thursday, then, good night and good luck from the makers of Maxwell House, America's #1 preferred brand of coffee.
Always
Thursday, that
good
is.
to the last drop.
Come on, Gracie, I'll take you to a movie.
Oh, take me to see The Yearling. I'm dying to see that.
Yeah, I understand there's a cute little deer in it.
Oh, I'll say there is. Gregory Peck.
By cute little deer, I didn't mean Gregory Peck.
Oh, Jane Wyman, huh?
No, I mean there's a little doe in the picture.
A little dough. I'll bet it makes a fortune.
Good night, folks, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Eddie Cantor appeared through the courtesy of Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. And now stay tuned in for Noah Webster Says, which follows immediately over most of these stations.
Don't ever say that again.
Don't ever say what again.
No matter how clean I get my wash, it never looks really white.
But it's a fact.
Not if you blue with La France. La France gets clothes snowy, sparkling, dazzling white.
Always?
Always. Even when you have to dry your clothes indoors, a La France blued wash is a really white wash. And remember, too, La France gets rid of the separate bluing jobs. You dissolve La France right along with your soap, and it blues while you wash.
Hurrah for La France.
The bluing flakes used by more women than any other.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Bobby Riggs, the holder of the world's professional tennis championship, plays a dazzling game of tennis. And he handles a razor as smoothly as he does a tennis racket. Bobby Riggs is a brush and lather shaver. He writes me that Colgate Lather Shaving Cream helps give him that smoothness in shaving. Here's his letter.
Want to know why I'm sold on Colgate Lather Shaving Cream, Bill? Because every shave with Colgate Lather is sweet and smooth and clean as a whistle. That light, fine-textured shave cream makes wonderful whisker-wetting lather. It gets down in the stubble, softens the whiskers fast, makes shaving a breeze. Yes, sir, Colgate Lather Shaving Cream sure covers the court from baseline to net with speed, smoothness, and real shaving comfort. In my opinion, Colgate Lather is tops.
Thanks, Bobby Riggs. Your experience should get other brush and lather fans to try Colgate Lather Shaving Cream. That's all we ask, fellas. Just try it. Notice the rich, moist lather that the light, fine-textured shave cream makes. How thoroughly Colgate Lather softens your whiskers. When you use Colgate Lather Shaving Cream, you'll find your razor doesn't pull or scrape. Instead, it cuts through clean and smooth, and it leaves your face truly comfortable. Please, Get some Colgate Lather Shaving Cream tomorrow. It's the lather shave of champions.
Keep it tuned right here to HOJO Radio for more classic old-time radio.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax, Johnson's Car New, and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, written by Don Quinn, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. In 3 days, your opportunity for making good resolutions will be here again. Well, if you're anything like me, you've got plenty of material to work on, and you probably don't need any suggestions. But I can't refrain from tossing one at you for the benefit of any of you ladies who haven't yet learned how much work you can save by adopting the wax housekeeping method. I believe I've demonstrated before how Johnson's Wax is more than a product. It's a labor-saving way of keeping house. By regular applications of Johnson's Wax to your floors, furniture, and woodwork, and many other surfaces, too, you not only protect them against wear, but you keep your house cleaner all year, save yourself work in the bargain, and add beauty to every room. Use Johnson's Wax on your leather goods, windowsills, Venetian blinds, your picture frames, ornaments, andirons, your refrigerator, and pantry shelves. So may I suggest that you resolve now to save yourself unnecessary work during 1944 by adopting the Johnson's Wax housekeeping method. The Chinese, an admirable people, celebrate the advent of the new year by paying up old bills and settling various obligations. Maybe that's why Gung Ho McGee, the old mandarin of Wistful Vista, has been dashing around all morning returning properties, paying bills, and doing other strange things. Possibly his odd activities will be explained as we meet Fibber McGee and Molly.
Let's see. I returned Doc Gamble's cribbage board, paid my bill at the shoe shine stand. Oh, my gosh, I didn't get a new pane for the basement window. Hey, Molly, I'll be right back. I got to go right down to the hardware store.
Now, wait a minute, McGee. Calm down. The hardware store is closed today for inventory.
Doggone it, and I'll bet that was it, too.
You'll bet what was what?
What I was supposed to do today. Look, you see this ribbon on my little finger?
Yes. I noticed that all morning. Somebody give you a new pinky for Christmas?
No. That's on there to remind me to do something.
Oh?
And I'm doggone if I know what it is. So I've been doing everything I should have done for the last year. I fixed your vacuum cleaner.
Oh, good for you. That's wonderful.
It's right here. Try it. Here, I'll switch it on. See? Works like a charm.
Can't you fix it so it works like a vacuum cleaner?
I got that chug out of it, didn't I?
Yeah, but you left in the squeak and the broomp and the clickety.
Well, the gears are a little wore down, that's all. Works perfect except for one thing.
What's that?
Well, it don't work when you push it forward.
Oh?
You gotta pull it along behind you.
Well, that's fine. I'll pretend it's a little red wagon that Santa Claus brought me, huh?
Gee whiz, this is annoying. Ribbon on my finger to remind me to do something and can't remember what it is. It's mortivating.
It's what?
Mortivating. That's a combination of mortifying and infuriating. Now, why can't I remember?
Say, did you send the piano tuner a check?
Old High Miller? Sure I did. With a nasty note, too.
Well, what was that for? He tuned it beautifully.
I know, but $5 seemed like a lot of dough for having a guy play Johnny One Note on that broken-down melodeon of ours for half a day. And I told him so when he done it. And he says that what I didn't know about music would fill Carnegie Hall. And I says, at least I didn't play the piano with a monkey wrench. He says, I was so dumb I thought a string ensemble was a lynching party. I says he was so dumb, he thought G major was what the captain said when he got promoted. One word led to another, so I got in the last word when I sent the check. That's all.
Well, that's enough. Now, I think you owe him an apology.
Huh?
You know, before he tuned that piano, it sounded like somebody playing the bagpipes underwater.
Oh, my gosh. I'll bet I know what I was supposed to do.
Put a new light bulb on the back porch.
Oh.
You know, it was so dark out there last night you threw the garbage in the cellar window and then went back in the garage instead of the house hollering that somebody had stolen the back steps?
I fixed that light bulb this morning before I returned Wilcox's stepladder. But that isn't what I meant. I meant Fred Nittany.
Fred Nittany?
Yeah, I owe him a letter. You've heard me speak of old Fred Nittany from Starved Rock, Illinois.
Oh, indeed I have, dearie. He creeps through your conversation like a cat through a fish market.
Ah, good old Fred. There was a pal. Saved my life once, too.
He did.
And when a guy saves a guy's life, a guy never forgets it.
How'd he save your life?
Remember our old vaudeville act where we used to throw the Indian clubs at each other?
Yes, you demonstrated that to me once. You broke the dining room window and knocked the milkman unconscious.
Well, I hollered whoop before I threw it. Could I help it if he never saw a vaudeville show? Anyway, once when I and old Fred was playing the Palace Theater in Petoskey, Michigan...
Oh, the big time, huh?
We were just filling a split week. Spokane, Washington, Petoskey, Michigan. Anyway, Fred was kind of nearsighted, see? Bad case of astigmatism. Well, sir, by mistake one night he put on a pair of the stagehand's eyeglasses by mistake. And the stagehand had astigmatism, too, even worse than Fred had it, see? So I looked like I was standing right in front of him instead of 20 feet away on account of his astigmatism.
That was an interesting situation.
It was fraught with peril.
It was what?
It was fraught with peril. Literary expression, meaning my neck was out a mile. Well, sir, thinking I was right there in front of him, he just handed me the Indian clubs instead of throwing them, and naturally they just fell onto the stage. Got a terrific laugh, and we kept it in the act.
Yeah, but how'd he save your life?
My gosh, can't you see? If he'd have threw them at me, he'd have killed me. Couldn't see what he was doing on account of that. Where's my fountain pen? I've owed Fred a letter for some... Doggone it, who's that? I don't want to be interrupted when I got so much to do, even if I can't even remember what it was I was supposed
to
do.
Well, let me see. Oh, it's Mr. Wellington from the Bijou Theater.
Oh, that guy. The poor man, Sam Goldwyn. He gives me a spasm in the clavicle.
Now, listen. He's a nice, educated man, Mr. Wellington is.
He's so darn refined you could sprinkle him on your oatmeal. Only I wouldn't care for
well,
something.
My goodness, McGee, he never... Come in. Oh, hello, Mr. Wellington.
Good day, Mrs. McGee. You're looking very charming today. Hello, McGee. You're looking...
Hi, Sig. What urgent business has dragged you out of that black hole of Calcutta you call a movie theater?
My friend, in the first place, if you have ever perused my advertising in the evening papers, you will, perchance, have noticed that the Bijou is always called, and I quote, Wistful Vista's own Taj Mahal of superior cinematic offerings, a veritable enchanted palace of modern screen drama. And I
Quote?
Thank you, and here's my hat, too.
Well, if you've taken care of the first place, now what was it you wanted in the second place?
I wished to inquire if by any chance when you attended my theater last night, the night before last it was, you lost an overshoe. It might roughly be described as black, size 10.5, worn at the ankle, scuffed at toe and heel, with your name plainly inscribed in indelible ink on the inside in what I would consider a noteworthy case of false pride.
You did, McGee, you did. You wondered where you lost that overshoe.
My gosh, I did at that. I'll bet that's what this ribbon was on my finger for. To remind me to look for that overshoe. Oh, gee, thanks, Sig, old man. You bring it with you?
Frankly, no. You may reclaim the missing doghouse, if you will pardon the vernacular, by calling Miss Hortense Birdbody at 345 West 14th Street.
Well, how on earth did she get it, Mr. Wellington? Is she one of your ushers?
Miss Birdbody, on the contrary, is one of my valued patrons, Mrs. McGee. She is in possession of the article by virtue of the fact that she was hit solidly on the noggin by same. You see, your husband has a deplorable habit of hanging his feet over the balcony rail.
My gosh. Was she hurt, Sig?
She was not, I must report, colder than an iceman's tongs. I would therefore suggest, my friend, that in case you intend to retrieve the footwear, you first pave the way by a note of apology, an order of cut flowers, and a few telephone calls, thus avoiding the legal action, which I am sure she is prepared to instigate.
Gate?
Thank you, no, I'll close the door myself. Thank you, goodbye.
Now, listen, serious, McGee. You might have an ugly lawsuit on your hands.
I'll run right down and order some flowers sent to her right away with a note of apology. Where's my hat? Oh, yeah, right here in the hall closet.
Oh. Maybe that was what you forgot to remember, to clean out the hall closet.
I wonder if...
Billy Mills and the orchestra and Blue Skies.
There. I got the hall closet cleaned out, Molly. If that was what I got that ribbon on my finger to remind me of, I've done it. Only I don't think it was that.
Well, how about seeing Miss Hortense Birdbody about your overshoe?
I've decided to let her keep it for the scrap drive. There was 5 pounds of rubber in that thing.
Well, you still owe her an apology.
Now, I'll call her up. Give me the phone.
Here.
Thanks. Hello, operator. Give me the residence of Miss Hortense Birdbody at 34 Pete's sake. Is that you, Mert?
Oh, dear.
How's every little thing, Mert? It is, eh? What's that, Mert? Your aunt. Lost a beautiful big Afghan. Huh?
Oh, how terrible. Did she knit it herself?
No, she was engaged to him, and he went back to Afghanistan. What's that, Mert? Okay, thanks anyway. She says there's no number listed for a Hortense Birdbody. Well, that lets me out.
Not necessarily. She can still sue you.
I'll take a chance. Let him sue me. I'll plead nux prosi ad fortem.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But they won't either, and I'll gain 3 weeks till they try to look it up. Darn it, I wish I could remember what I'd have done. Was I supposed to do if I had this string on my finger?
Well, now... Let me think a minute now.
Yeah, me too.
Did you take those rental books back to Kramer's drugstore?
Yes, sir, I did. On the way back from returning Wilcox's stepladder. I told Kramer they were 2 of the worst mystery stories I ever read.
Oh, I don't know. The body and the bass drum was very entertaining, I thought.
Bah. I knew who did it after I read 3 pages.
From which end?
What do you mean, from which end? You think I peek in the back of the book to see who done it?
Yes.
Well, don't you?
Yes.
Well, then, gee whiz, don't criticize me. I never did it till first I...
Hello, folks. Am I intruding?
Not at all, Mr. Wilcox. Come right in.
Hi, Junior. That a new Christmas necktie you're wearing?
You can't even see my necktie. I've got my muffler over it.
That's why I thought it must be a Christmas tie. Well, what's on your mind? Tall, dark, and commercial?
Well, I just wanted to thank you for bringing my stepladder back, pal.
Oh, he's been returning borrowed articles all day, Mr. Wilcox.
Incidentally, Junior, you got gypped on that stepladder, you know that? I no sooner stepped on it than 3 rungs busted, and it spraddled out like a hurdle jumper.
It was all right when I bought it, chum. You've had it so long it's rotted away.
Say, when did you borrow that ladder, McGee?
Why, last summer, I think. Or was it last spring?
It was neither one.
Oh.
I loaned it to you originally so you could patch the top of your car because you were driving to the World's Fair in Chicago.
Which one, Mr. Wilcox?
What do you mean, which one? Why, that was only in 1930... something?
Sure. Only 10 years ago.
Oh.
That was about the time I first met you folks, remember?
Ah, yes.
And started telling people about Johnson's self-polishing glow coat.
Ah, yes.
The wonderful finish for linoleum that shines as it dries.
Heavenly days, it is almost 10 years, isn't it?
And you haven't changed hardly at all a bit, Junior.
Nope. And neither has glow coat. Still the finest protection money can buy to keep your linoleum floor coverings protected against dust and dampness and to restore the real beauty of the color and pattern.
Ah, yes.
It's been a great association, kids, a great association.
Yes, we think so, too, Mr. Wilcox.
And it sure has, Junior. You got a little less pepper in your personality, a little more salt in your hair, but you're still the same old Racine shifter.
Well, I'll tell you. You'll never know how much how much this thing has meant to me. I want you to know that... Let me take that handkerchief, will you, pal? Thanks.
Are you that sentimental about it, Mr. Wilcox?
About this handkerchief? Yes. It's one my sister embroidered, and this magpie you married borrowed it from me 2 years ago. See you later, folks.
Of all the hokum, why didn't he just ask for the handkerchief? I'd have given it to him. He didn't have to ham it up like that.
Well, I thought it was a pretty good act myself. Has he ever had any movie offers?
Yeah, 2 of them. He sat in a woman's lap by mistake in a movie one night, and her husband offered to poke him in the nose. Then he saw how big Wilcox was and offered an apology.
Say, look, McGee, can't you take that silly red ribbon off your finger now? Why don't you sit down and relax? You must be tired.
Tired? I had to shorten my suspenders to keep myself standing up.
Well, the only thing I can think of that you haven't done is fix that clock in our bedroom. You know, the one that Aunt Sarah gave us for a wedding present?
You mean that marble Venus with the clock in her stomach? I can't fix that.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. Gee whiz, it embarrasses me. Every time I start toward her with a pair of pliers, I feel like Dr. Kildare. Besides, I don't see...
Oh, for goodness sakes. Alice, darling. Hello, dear.
Hello, Mrs. McGee. Hello, Mr. McGee. Did I get a Christmas card or phone call from Paul?
Paul?
Uh-huh.
Not Paul Bunyan, the owner of Babe, the blue-eyed ox, 40 axe handles between the eyes.
No, this is a fellow by the name of Paul, which he works at the next bench to me at the airplane plant. And is he ever a good-looking man, my dear?
Oh, you really go for him, Alice, huh?
Oh, all the girls go for him, Mrs. McGee. He's been whistled at more than a downtown grade crossing. He's got Ronald Coleman's eyes and Cary Grant's chin and Clark Gable's personality and my blowtorch, which he forgot to give back last week.
Why do you suppose he ignored you this Christmas, kid? Did his passion cool when the blowtorch went out?
Well, I suppose really it was on account of we had a little difference of opinion last week. I said he was a rat, and he said he wasn't.
Well, just what instigated this tender little exchange of personalities, Alice?
Well, he stopped in a drugstore to make a phone call, and he was expecting an answer, so he asked me to sit in the telephone booth and keep it for him till he got back. And he was gone for an hour and a half. And believe me, I was so tired from that little wooden stool, I walked 3 blocks in a sitting-down position. And that's when I called him a rat.
Where had he been all that time? Playing pool?
No, he went to a newsreel theater because he said drugstores make him nervous. Because when he was a child, somebody put an ice cream cone down his back. Oh, but that wasn't what made me so mad.
What did, Alice?
Well, it was while I was walking all bent over on account of being in the phone booth so long, and Paul said, "Do you have to do that, stoop?" Jeepers, I wish he'd call me or something so
I'll get it. 79 Wistful Vista, Miley McGee speaking. Who? Oh, yes, she's right here. Who's calling, please? Oh, Alice, it's Paul.
It is? Oh, thank you. Hello, Paul. This is Alice, and I still think you're a rat. Yes, Mrs. McGee, it's been a beautiful Christmas, and I got some perfume and some books and a new lunchbox and
The King's Men and only 12 more shopping months till Christmas.
12 more shopping months till Christmas, still have lots of time. I've decided to skip next year, I won't spend a dime. Only 8 more shopping months till Christmas, gee, that's not so long. I am sending out cards this year, then I can't go wrong. I'll have to buy one little present for Aunt Minnie that can wait a while. Lots of time to choose, what have I got to lose? Still got 4 more shopping months till Christmas, gee, but it's a bore. Let's see, 90 days, that's not bad, still got plenty more. Take your time, what's the rush about? Stop that hurrying, stop that worrying, hurry and worry is out. All you gotta do is make out a list, decide upon the price to pay. All the dither and the bother and the lather and the bother will be done before Christmas Day. Trust me, I'll be ready then. Golly, can that be old Santa Claus again? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Only 10 more shopping days till Christmas. Better go buy a tree. Must get Mama that new fur coat. She'll be mad at me. Only 3 more shopping days till Christmas. Lots of things to buy. Should have started it weeks ago. How the time does fly. Almost forgot to get that streamlined tray for Junior. Where's my shopping list? Molly and Tony and Michael and Fred. A dolly, a pony, a cycle, a sled. Hear me calling Santa Claus. I need your help because there's only 2 little shopping days till Christmas. Now it's almost here. That old feeling gets in your hide. Comes a stealing up here inside. Now I'm sorry that Christmas tide comes but once a year. Here's wishing everybody a happy New Year. Happy New Year!
Let's see, I fixed the vacuum cleaner. I took back the books. I returned Wilcox's stepladder.
Oh, for goodness sakes, McGee, stop worrying, will you? You've done more work around here today than you have in the last 5 years.
Doggone it, I still don't know why I got this ribbon on my finger. It must have been something I wanted to do first thing today, and I don't feel that I have done it.
You paid the gas bill, dearie?
Yeah, and the phone bill and my personal account at the shoe sign stand.
Well, that's all I can think of, unless you forgot to patch that wallpaper in the hall upstairs.
I done that the minute I got back from returning Wilcox's stepladder. And believe me, that yellow chrysanthemum design is pretty tough to match up, too.
Well, where on earth did you find the paper to match it? It's been on there for 8 years.
Well, it didn't match exactly. I had to use some we had left over from papering the dining room.
Yes, but that's a running design of a hunting scene. Horses jumping over fences and
Yeah,
things.
I know. You never saw a horse jumping over a chrysanthemum. Take a look upstairs. One of the most unusual. I wish people would quit bothering us till I remember what I got this ribbon tied on my finger for. It's exasperating. Come in.
Oh, hello, Dr. Gamble.
Hello, Mrs. McGee. Hello, McGee.
Hi, Hippocrates.
If you are referring to the father of medicine, McGee, it's pronounced Hippocrates.
And if I wasn't?
Now, boys. Don't let's get started on one of those arguments. It's too near after Christmas.
Yes, it is, Mrs. McGee, and I just stopped into... Well, why the hair ribbon on the digit, my boy? Gonna flag down a train or something?
That's to remind him to do something, Doctor.
To do what?
Doggone it, that's just it. I can't remember what.
He's been working like a dog around here today, Doctor. He's
Yeah.
fixed things, returned things, and paid bills, and just generally worn himself to another.
And I still don't feel like I've done what this ribbon was supposed to remind me of to have done.
You say you paid all your bills?
Yes, he has, Doctor.
No, he hasn't, dear.
And who haven't I paid, wise guy?
Me?
Oh, heavenly day.
Gosh, I'm sorry, Doc. You completely slipped my mind.
That's all right. If everybody paid the doctor's bill when it was due, the doctor could get some nice new instruments and pay his rent and buy some medical books and get more up-to-date things, and we wouldn't want that to happen, would we? Or would we?
Pay the man right now, McGee. Do you happen to know the amount, Doctor?
By an odd coincidence, Mrs. McGee, I have a copy of the bill right here.
Odd coincidence, my clavicle. You were probably going to come over here and beat on the door till the dough got shook out of my piggy bank. Well, how much? Big, fat, bandage bandit.
$23.
That's very reasonable.
Reasonable? Why, for $23 I could jack up my ankles and get a whole new body. Of all the pill-peddling piracy I ever heard of, this takes the silver-mounted sleeping tablet. $23. What did you see the last time you looked down my throat? A diamond mine? 20.
Oh, stop shouting, McGee. You know very well you call me over here every time you mistake gluttony for heart trouble. Of course, if you'd like to go on my charity list...
We don't want anything of the kind, Doctor.
Charity list, he says. Ha-ha! The last time you treated a case for free, it was because you dog-nosed it wrong.
The word, McGee, is diagnose.
In your case, it's dog-nosed, you big Airedale.
Now,
Now, look here, McGee. I'm a very patient man, as any doctor would be who waited for you to pay a bill. But if I have to take any more of your silly vaudeville, I'll forget my ethics and spread your septum all over your unclassic profile.
Oh, yeah? Well, you leave my septum out of this. Why, I could stand on a basketball and bounce you around like a yo-yo.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Just because you carry a little globe under your belt, don't get the idea you're Charles Atlas. I know every alleged muscle in your miserable little chassis, McGee, and you haven't got the stamina of yesterday's spaghetti.
Is that so? Why,
now, listen here, that's enough now. It's enough. Stop it. I won't have another word. Doctor, you'll have to excuse McGee. He's worked so hard today, he's worn out and irritable. McGee, $23 is a very fair charge.
Oh, yeah? Well, then let him itemize.
That's fair enough. Here's the bill. June 3rd, office call. Taking bowling ball off thumb. $3.
I remember that.
So do I. That leaves 20.
July 5th, house call. Emergency, 3 a.m. Patient terrified. Turning red all over. Diagnosis, sunburn. Shall I go on, McGee?
No, Doctor, of course not. Pay him $23, McGee.
Here you are, Doc. You don't have to give me a receipt. I trust you.
Isn't that sweet? He trusts me. Well, I may as well tell you now, McGee, the reason I had this bill with me is that I was coming over here to tear it up as a New Year's present. Your silly ailments have kept me in good humor the whole year. Good day.
I told you were too tired, McGee.
Imagine old Doc flying off the handle like that, though, just because I forgot to pay his measles. I wonder if that's what I was supposed to remember.
No.
Huh?
I said no, it wasn't.
How do you know what I was...
Look, dearie, I've got a confession to make.
Huh?
I tied that ribbon on your finger last night while you were asleep.
You did, but what for?
Because there was something I wanted you to do for me today.
Well, what did you want me to do?
I can't remember.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Conservation, like charity, begins at home. That's why every piece of linoleum on every floor in the country should be protected with a polish that will not only keep it beautiful, but will make it last longer. The polish I am referring to is, of course, Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. With Glow Coat, you can give your kitchen and other floors protection with a minimum of work. Johnson's Glow Coat is self-polishing. It needs no rubbing or buffing. You just apply and let dry. And the regular use of Glow Coat will make linoleum last 6 to 10 times longer. So whether your linoleum is brand new or old, it would pay you to begin right now to give it regular applications of easy-to-use Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. For floors of asphalt tile or rubber tile also, Glow Coat is the recommended polish.
Molly, do you realize this is our last show this year?
Oh, for goodness sakes, it is, isn't it?
And I was just talking to Doc Gamble again. He says he thought the new year was going to mean big things for me.
Really?
Yeah, he says I'm the progressive type. Says I got the perfect character for the new year because I'm real 44 caliber.
44 caliber?
Yeah.
That's quite a big bore, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, good night.
Happy New Year and good night, all.
The character of Mr. Wellington heard on this program was played by Ransom Sherman. This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson Wax Finishes for Home and Industry, inviting you all to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
But first, here's a mighty swell suggestion. Kellogg's Pep! Say, gang, you'll want to spread the news around to all your friends that you're collecting those slick new comic buttons that now come in packages of Kellogg's Pep. Because that's the only way they'll know you can trade duplicates with them. And you wouldn't want to miss out on that fun. You want to be sure you round out your collection of all 18 different buttons. Yep, that's 18 different comic strip characters, like Smitty and K.O. and Herbie and Superman, of course. And the best part is, you don't have to send in a single penny for these sharp, new comic buttons. Not even a box top. Fact is, you can't buy them anywhere. But you can ask Mom to get you a package of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Inside each package, there's a thrilling prize. One of these bright new comic buttons or a military insignia or warplane button. Remember, that's P-E-P, PEP. Made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek.
Stay tuned to HOJO Radio.
Another cup of Maxwell House coffee, George?
Sure. Pour me a cup, Gracie.
You know, Maxwell House is always good to the last drop.
And that drop's good, too.
Yes, it's Maxwell House Coffee Time, starring George Burns and Gracie Allen. With our special guest tonight, Meredith Wilson, Bea Benaderet, Hans Conried, Gail Gordon, Harry Lubin and the Maxwell House Orchestra, Bill Goodwin, and yours truly, Toby Ray.
For America's Thursday night comedy enjoyment, it's George and Gracie. And for America's everyday coffee-drinking enjoyment, it's Maxwell House. Always good to the last drop.
As we join the Burnses tonight, we find them discussing the gala New Year's Eve party they're planning for tomorrow.
Gracie, we're going to have the greatest New Year's Eve party in town.
You bet we are.
Money is no object. I've hired an orchestra.
You did?
Yeah, and on New Year's Eve, musicians really come high.
And they leave even higher.
What about the food? Did you take care of that?
I bought 2 turkeys. Oh, and I hired a maid to pass around the hors d'oeuvres.
This is really going to be some party.
Mm-hmm.
I bought champagne.
You did?
Uh-huh. And at midnight, we'll fill our glasses and drink bottoms up.
Isn't that an awkward position?
Yes, it'll spoil my hat.
You know, darling, with an orchestra tomorrow night, you'll be able to sing your very best.
No. People don't want to hear me sing.
Oh, they do, too. And sometime before the party, be sure to learn that new popular song, Drop Dead.
A popular song called Drop Dead?
Sure. Well, there must be. At every sociable, when you get up to sing, you say, what would you like me to do? And everybody...
yes. That's that big hit. Oh, drop dead, oh, drop dead, oh, drop dead. You are the ideal of my dreams. That's not good. By the way, how many guests are coming?
Oh, I must have sent out 20 or 30 invitations. I invited a lot of old friends we haven't seen for a while. Meredith Wilson,
Good.
Professor Korkendorfer.
Wonderful. Gracie, you've really worked hard to make this party a success. I'm going to give you a kiss.
Well, thank you.
And tomorrow night, New Year's Eve, you'll get another one.
Gee, 2 kisses in 1 year.
You forgot the one on your birthday.
Oh.
That was a big one, too.
I hope everyone shows up for the party. I haven't had any replies to the invitations I sent out.
Well, did you say RSVP?
Of course not. I said come to the party. Besides, dear, you don't have to spell things for me. RSVP. If you want to say Russ Voop, just say it.
Gracie, RSVP is not Russ Voop. See,
Come in.
Howdy, little lady. Howdy, little man.
Why, Mr. Judson, what a wonderful surprise. George, look who's here. Say hello to our dear friend from Texas.
How do you
Come
do?
in and sit down, Mr. Judson.
Well, thank you. First, I'll wipe off my boots. I don't want to get this dust on your rug.
Oh, what a gentleman. You're wiping your boots with a clean handkerchief just to save my rug.
No, ma'am, to save the dust. It's from Texas. After I shave, I use it for talcum.
Well, George, why don't you speak to Mr. Judson?
How do you
Well,
do?
tell us all about yourself, Mr. Judson. Why haven't you been to see us?
Well, my family's been in mourning, ma'am.
Oh?
Yeah, terrible tragedy. My sister. Young, pretty, never sick a day in her life.
You mean...
Yeah. She got married and moved to Oklahoma.
Oh, I am sorry.
Thank you, ma'am.
George, do you realize you haven't spoken to Mr. Judson?
How do you
It's
do,
not
Mr.
that he isn't glad to see you, Mr. Judson. He's just shy. By the way, what brings you to California after all these months?
Well, now, I brought some fine Texas steers up here for the stock show. Oh, that reminds me, I got to get back to my hotel and feed them.
You keep the steers in your hotel room?
Oh, why, sure.
Well, don't you get complaints?
Yeah.
Yeah, them steers bawl their heads off, but it's the best hotel you got. Well, I'll be moseying now.
You're not budging until my husband has the decency to speak to you. George, we're waiting.
How do you do?
Is that any way to speak? Now, do it right. You'll have to excuse him, Mr. Judson. He's got his mind on the big New Year's Eve party we're giving tomorrow night. Invite Mr. Judson to the party, George. George? He's gone.
Yes, ma'am. He stepped into the next room.
Well, here, I'll give you one of the printed invitations I sent out. I had one left over, so I put it in this drawer, just in case, you know. Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter, little lady? You sound distressed.
Oh, I am. Here are all the invitations to our New Year's Eve party. I forgot to mail them. Oh, George will be furious.
Yeah, he'll bellow like a short-tailed steer in fly time.
I better hurry out and see all the guests personally and beg them to come to our party. You'll come, won't you?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I got to get back to the ranch and help my wife. The hogs has been slaughtered, and by now she's probably smoking sausages.
Oh, I hope she doesn't inhale.
You hope she doesn't inhale. I like your sense of humor, man.
But, Bill, you've just got to come to our New Year's Eve party tomorrow night. The Mortons and Bagleys can't make it, and Professor Korkendorfer has other plans, too.
Well, so have I, Gracie. I promised to go to a party at Helen Burkett's house. We're going to do a little smooching.
Well, couldn't you come to our party for a while?
Well, no, I'll be tied up all evening.
Tied up? You won't have much fun if you can't use your hands.
No, Gracie, I mean, it's a date I can't break. You know, it's a real thrill to spend New Year's Eve with Hollywood's most glamorous blonde.
Yeah, well, I guess it is.
Sure, I can't rob the poor girl of that thrill.
Gee, I wish you'd change your mind. Bill, we're going to have 2 turkeys and George will sing.
That's 3 turkeys. But I still have to turn you down, Gracie. Your invitation comes too late.
Well, I better hurry along and try to get the other people. If this party doesn't come off tomorrow night, George may get so mad he'll walk out on me. He'll leave me to starve.
Well, don't worry. After he's starved a while, he'll come back.
Oh, but Mrs. Vanderlip, we've paid for the food and musicians, and George's heart will be broken if no one comes to the party.
I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Burns, but Chester and I plan to spend New Year's Eve with the Butterworths of Pasadena. We're friends of long standing.
If you come to our party, you can sit down.
No, we shall sit down. We shall sit before the fireplace and toast each other.
Oh, come to our house. We're using marshmallows.
We'll drink the toast in champagne. I love champagne. It makes me want to get up and dance, and the bubbles tickle my nose.
When you dance, you better not hold your bubble that high.
Mrs. Burns,
well, I guess when you've had a few too many, you don't know what you're doing.
We will not get loaded, intoxicated.
Oh, Mrs. Vanderlip, please say you'll come to our party. If you don't, I'll have to go home and face a horrible disaster.
Well, wish him a Happy New Year for me.
Well, Meredith Wilson is my last chance. I hope he's home.
Hello, all.
Meredith, how are you? Meredith, you were supposed to get a beautiful invitation to our New Year's Eve party, but I forgot to mail it.
Well, that probably accounts for my failure to receive it.
Yeah. So I'm inviting you right now. You've just got to come. It means so much to George.
Oh, I'm afraid I have previous plans for tomorrow night, Gracie. I'm proposing to a lovely young creature. Just the type I've always wanted to marry. A girl.
Meredith, must you propose to this girl? George will be so disappointed.
Well, why? I've never given him any encouragement.
No, I mean, he'll be disappointed if you don't come. Can't you propose at our party?
Oh, no, I fear that's too public. Besides, I've promised to kneel before the very sofa on which her father proposed to her mother.
Oh, did she accept him?
I presume so.
Do her folks approve of you, Meredith?
Oh, yes. Her entire family has taken me to their, if you'll pardon the expression, bosom.
How nice.
It's unfortunate that your party isn't tonight, Gracie, as my betrothed is working and I'm quite free.
Yes, if tonight were only New Year's Eve, all the people I invited could come, and that... Meredith, I've got it.
What?
I'll make tonight New Year's Eve.
Well, have a care, Gracie. You are assuming powers greater than those of Petrillo.
I mean, I'll make George think it's New Year's Eve.
But that's 24 hours away.
That's the idea. He's going to bed early tonight, so I'll get all the guests over and wake George up and tell him he slept 24 hours.
That's a brilliant idea. Gracie, no one else has a brain like you. Except possibly me.
Mm-hmm. We do make a great team. We're like those congressmen who support each other in Washington. When we put our heads together, it's a solid block.
Only one more day, friends, and Old Man 1948 will be ready for the history books. There's a grand song that's part and parcel of this New Year's season, an age-old favorite. But now let's see if you name it after hearing only the mellow harmony. We'll help you out by adding the rich counter melody. And now to add the rhythm with good Scotch vigor. You'll be able to join in the chorus yourself as we blend in the full-bodied melody. Yes, it's the ever-popular Auld Lang Syne, a heartwarming favorite you've enjoyed many times, when all of its fine musical parts are expertly blended in a full, rounded orchestration. And friends, it takes the same expert skill in blending to create the famous, heartwarming flavor that has made Maxwell House America's favorite brand of coffee. Yes, Maxwell House is famous for flavor. Superb, good to the last drop flavor no other coffee offers you. This mellow, deeply satisfying flavor is created by combining not one, but many choice varieties of coffee from the highlands of Latin America. First, Manizales coffees are selected for mellowness. Next, Medellins add richness. Other choice coffees give vigor. And Bucaramangas coffees are added for fine, full body. This perfectly balanced Maxwell House blend is then radiant roasted to flavor perfection and brought to you vacuum-packed and roaster fresh.
And because you folks on the West Coast really know and enjoy coffee at its best, Maxwell House is blended and roasted for you right here on the West Coast to satisfy your critical tastes.
So tomorrow and all the year ahead, enjoy the extra flavor, the extra satisfaction that's yours in every cup of America's favorite brand of coffee, Maxwell House Coffee. Always good to the last drop.
everybody. Are enough people here to get the party started?
Oh, sure, Gracie.
Well, does everybody know everybody else? Meredith, you haven't met the Vandalips.
How do you do, Mr. Wilson?
How do you do? It's always a pleasure to widen my acquaintances.
Thank you.
By that, I mean I enjoy meeting new people. I'm sure that you and your wife are wide enough.
Well, I like that.
Oh, I knew you'd get along. Now, put on your paper hats, everyone, and I'll go in and wake George and tell him it's New Year's Eve.
Well, how long has he been in bed?
Oh, about 15 minutes.
Well, maybe he's still awake.
Oh, no, I don't think so. He was lying on his tummy, and that way he usually rocks himself to sleep. Now, I'll wake him up and the party can start. Happy New Year!
What was that?
It's New Year's Eve, dear.
New Year's Eve? This is Thursday.
Now, dear, it's Friday. You slept for 24 hours.
Are you going out of your mind?
Get out of bed. The guests are here for the party.
Guests?
Well, sure, listen. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Get dressed, dear.
I must be dreaming. Hand me my robe.
Here.
I don't believe this. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I feel like I only slept a few minutes.
You slept 24 hours, you sleepyhead. You naughty boy.
24 hours? Why didn't you wake me?
Oh, I didn't have the heart, darling. You were so tired.
Funny thing is, I still am.
Now, the guests are waiting. Come on, I'll help you out of your nightshirt. Close your eyes.
Close my eyes?
My nose is shiny.
I feel so tired.
Oh, here's George. Now the party can start. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year!
Blow your horn, George. Having a good time?
Yeah, fine. 24 hours and I'm still tired.
Yes, George slept for 24 hours. He's a regular Rip Van Winkle.
That's Winkle.
I like it her way.
Now, before we start the entertainment, Tallulah will pass the hors d'oeuvres. Tallulah, stop trying to date Bill Goodwin.
Why, Mrs. Burns, such a thought never crossed my mind, as sure as my name is Tallulah Schwartz. Hollywood 5264.
All right. Pass the hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, if you mean the weenies, they ain't burled yet.
Well, please go and burl them. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for the hors d'oeuvres, Meredith Wilson will play a flute solo.
Oh, good. That's
Well, thank you. Gentlemen of the orchestra, may I please have an introduction to the Andante Cantabile from Zigeunerweise?
Well, Meredith, what's the matter?
I forgot to bring my flute.
We won't let that spoil our fun. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Oh, isn't this gay, George? George, wake up.
Huh?
Yeah, you're not enjoying yourself. Here, blow your little horn, dear. Now we're rolling.
I'm so tired I can't understand it.
I'll open it.
Well, here is Professor Korkendorf, huh? I guess I'm too early. There's nobody here yet.
Let's show 'em, gang. Happy New Year!
Somebody spoke?
Yes, Professor, everyone's here. Now hang up your coat and join the party.
Oh, yeah, I hang it up here on this nice long hook.
Take your coat off my nose. Can't you see?
Of course I can see. I got ice like a hog.
What kept you so long, Professor? Where have you been?
Oh, I was experimenting with a little monkey, and I couldn't bear myself away.
Oh, interesting work, huh?
No. Strong monkey.
George, look who's here. George, wake up. Oh, you're not having fun, dear. Blow your little horn. Now, come on over and say hello to Professor Korkendorfer.
Okay. 24 hours as I slept and I'm bushed.
Well, look who's here, Professor.
The monkey followed me.
This is my husband.
Such a nice girl to marry a monkey.
Fine.
Well, now that all the guests have arrived, Tallulah, pass the hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. I got your weenies here. They're red hot. Weenies, anybody? Schultz and Newman's weenies. They're skinless.
She means the weenies. Schultz and Newman both have skin.
Have a weenie, Bill.
Oh, thanks, Tallulah. What's the good word?
Hollywood 5264.
All right. And now it's time for games. You can play too, Tallulah.
Oh, much obliged, I'm sure.
Well, I would like to suggest a game. It's called word association.
Oh, how's it played, Mr. Vanderlip?
Well, we stand in a circle, and someone says a word, then the next person says whatever word that reminds him of, and so on around. Now, let's make a circle. Mrs. Burns, may I have your hand?
No, I'm already married.
I only want to hold it. Now, come on, everyone.
You take my hand, Professor Korkendorfer.
Oh, sure. My, you got such hot fingers.
Get your hand out of the weenie.
Excuse me, please.
Now, if anyone says a word that doesn't fit, they must leave the circle and go into the next room. All right, we'll start with gems. Diamond.
Sapphire.
You're next, George. Wake up.
Huh?
Oh, you're not having fun, dear. Blow your little horn.
I'll start again, and we'll skip your husband. Diamond.
Sapphire.
Ruby.
Pearl. Emerald.
Maxwell House Coffee.
That's a gem.
Oh, you said it, brother. What a coffee. Rich, delicious, mellow. Only Maxwell House gives you that good-to-the-last-drop flavor.
Mr. Goodwin, we are all aware that Maxwell House is delicious, but you cannot mention it unless someone else says a word that legitimately suggests coffee.
Oh, I see. Well, let's start again then.
Diamond.
Sapphire.
Ruby.
Pearl. Emerald.
Donut.
Donut?
Thank you, Maxwell House Coffee. What's donut without Maxwell House? That rare blend of the choice Latin American coffees. Radiant roasted to the peak of flavor perfection.
Mr. Goodwin, go into the next room.
Okay.
Now we'll start again with another category. England.
Austria. Sweden.
Maxwell House coffee.
Why did you say Maxwell House coffee?
I want to go in the other room with Bill Goodwin. Fatty, you think I'm crazy or something?
Shall we try vegetables as a category? Lettuce.
All right, what's stopping us?
I was naming a vegetable. Lettuce.
Rutabaga. Corn.
Maxwell House Coffee.
You too?
I want to go in and see what Bill and Tallulah are doing. Matt, think I'm crazy or something?
Well, that does it. The game's over.
Maxwell House Coffee.
We're not playing anymore.
Who's playing? I want some Maxwell House Coffee. It's so delicious.
Oh, say, that's a good idea. I'll go make some. Have fun while I'm gone, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Are you having fun, George? Now, quiet, everybody, quiet. Now, I think the time has come for us to hear a song from the most talented member of the Burns family.
Oh, that's a swell idea. Sing for us, Gracie.
Oh, no, I don't mean me. Besides, I'm not a good singer. Huh?
Oh, you're swell, Gracie.
Oh, I'm not. Huh?
Well, really, Gracie, you're an excellent vocalist.
Oh, I'm terrible. Huh?
Yeah.
Look, would you like to hear from me?
Yeah, blow your little horn.
He's not the island heart a-calling to me. Not the balmy air, nor the tropical sea. It's a little brown gal in a little grass skirt, in a little grass shack in Hawaii. It isn't Waikiki, nor Kamehameha's Polly, nor the Beach Boys Free with their whole Molly Molly. It's a little brown gal in a little grass skirt, in a little grass shack in Hawaii. Through that island wonderland, she's broken all the Connie's heart. It's not hard to understand, for that Wahine is a gal apart. I'm leaving soon, the thrill I'll enjoy. It's not the island moon, the fish or the poi. It's a little brown gal in a little grass skirt, in a little grass shack in Hawaii. To the grand finale of our party. Everyone be real quiet, and we'll hear from my husband, Sugar Throat Burns. Oh, the poor darling, he's sound asleep. Shall I wake him up so he can sing?
No.
Oh. Well, then I guess the party is over. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Where am I? Gracie! See, everybody's gone. I can't get over it. 24 hours sleep and I couldn't stay awake at my own party. Well, I better get my Rose Bowl tickets out of this drawer. Got to start early in the morning. Holy smoke, what's this? All the invitations to a New Year's Eve party. Gracie didn't mail them. What goes on here? Hello, operator. Hello, operator. Operator, tell me, is this New Year's Eve? No, I'm not plastic. It isn't? That's tomorrow night? Thanks. So the whole thing was one of her tricks, huh? Well, here's where I get even. Good. She's sound asleep. Happy 4th of July! Of it.
What happened?
What happened? Get up, Gracie. It's the 4th of July. You've been asleep 6 months. Uh-huh.
Oh, how wonderful. Now I can go out and buy all new summer clothes.
For me, nothing else.
Now here again are George and Gracie.
Ladies and gentlemen, George and I want to wish you all a very, very happy New Year. Blow your little horn, dear.
I can't, dear. I swallowed it. Gracie, I've got a surprise for you. Next Thursday, our guest star will be Gregory Peck.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I'll feel kind of silly standing alongside of a big, handsome guy like Peck next Thursday.
Oh, don't worry, George.
Being a Lux girl, Jean depended on a quick beauty pickup. A refreshing Lux soap beauty bath did the trick, she told me.
Well, now that their beauty soap is in big new bath size, a Lux soap bath is more luxurious than ever.
Well, I can't imagine a nicer bath soap, John. Wonderful creamy lather, even in hard water. And a lovely, delicate fragrance that lasts and lasts.
The Lux soap perfume is an exclusive blend, you know. It combines lily of the valley, lilac, carnation, and other delicate flower fragrances.
I'm sure every woman who tries the big new bath-size Lux toilet soap will love it.
Yes, that generous satin smooth bath cake is a good item to put at the head of your shopping list. Why not try the new bath-size Lux toilet soap tomorrow? It's another fine product of Lever Brothers Company.
Thanks for listening to HOJO Radio. We'll be back again very soon.